Welcome to our new player, Islam, who's playing Kimmick for us. Nice to have you along. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, just to give you a brief reminder of where we're at. So you come across to the friendly town of Jigal, which has lots of goblins, lots of half-orcs, a lot of the so-called monstrous races, and humans here are considered very much the outsiders. You competed in some pie-eating competitions. Mr. Caspian the Genius smashed the riddles out of the park, and a few other bits and pieces as well. But where we picked it up, you actually engaged in a swimming competition. Now, unfortunately, the swimming competition went slightly wrong when some sharks appeared in the water, which is exactly where we're going to pick it up this week. So who's in the water? We have Jimmy.
Tis I, Jimmy Ducks.
So you were racing, right, Jimmy? But you've decided to go back and help, as opposed to purely race, because this person who has already competed in the race is dead. This half-orc is struggling in the water. Oh, this young lady, I'll show you the picture of her again.
Should I put my token on the map, or am I not in this section?
Oh,
Because I had
yes.
to dip out early because I was sick.
Or we can have you looking from the sidelines, Joe, and you can get involved as you like.
All right.
Ah, there we go. Oh, beat me to it.
Oh.
We got. There's one of them.
Jinx, you owe me soda.
So first, why don't you roll into initiative, Daku?
Alrighty.
Who is this sleeping guy here on the beach, on the shore here?
That was a guy who was competing but managed to get back to shore, and he's just basically exhausted.
Oh, goody.
Okay. Now, young Kimmick, this is a very important role for you. This is going to set up the entire campaign with you and determine how well your character will play out. So no pressure, but if you want to click on your token for us, Kimmick, and then in D&D Beyond, click on the initiative button, and we'll see how your first role in this campaign pans out. Well, hopefully things will turn around with a 3 on the dice. And obviously there's this rather... well, what do they see up here? What does this character look like? What does Kimmick look like?
So Kemek is an adult, a turtle adult. She's got green curly hair. She's 5'3", so quite cute. And she has got a staff as well, and she's wearing a necklace with a piece of wood, a very interesting piece of wood, and yeah, she has got a few scars on her arms, and yeah.
Okay, awesome. Just for no particular reason, there's a turtle over here. It probably means nothing, but there's a turtle observing what's going on. Nothing strange or mysterious there. But what is going down is there's a bunch of sharks. They've already destroyed this goblin. There's a half-orc in there who's struggling, who looks exhausted. And there's this blue-skinned lady who's in the water, who's got the spear. Remember, the point of this competition was to get to the spear and return it to the dock, and you will win. But sharks have intervened. And what I'm interested to know is, to get things kicked off, what would Caspian like to do?
Caspian is just going to cast Dissonant Whispers, and he's going to twin it on both sharks.
Ooh. Sounds like you've been planning this all week. So that's a saving throw?
Yep.
DC.
Wisdom save. DC 14.
Okay, boop. Boop. Okay, one of them succeeds, one of them fails. As your dissonant... Oh, I thought I had that.
And
Okay.
if it fails, it needs to move its full movement away from me.
Okay, so your dissonant whimpers go through this one, actually with the red dot, is the one that fails it. Does it need to do it straight away or on its turn?
As a reaction straight away.
So as a reaction straight away. Okay, so this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take off. The blue-skinned woman will take the opportunity to take a swipe at her. Swipe at the shark. She's got a harpoon in her hand. Why is that? That's a bit strange. But she comes out and lashes at the shark with a harpoon. But it goes just wide. She says, that's not important. We need to get back to shore. Okay, well done, Caspian, with your dissonant whispers going off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Reef Shark, the one who didn't get scared away, is going to swing down and try to take a bite at the blue-skinned woman whose name you haven't learned of it. She takes a bite and sinks into her leg for 3 points of damage. She's trying. Get that thing off me! Bog, what do you do?
Okay, so Bog is going to take out like a rope from his adventuring pack and just throw it on the ground and then wild shape into a wolf. And he's not expecting to be able to swim extremely well as a wolf, but he's just a little bit hardier. But he's gonna bite the rope and just as a wolf, he has 50 feet of movement. So wolf doesn't have swimming speed. I don't know how swimming works with something
Half
like
speed.
that. Half speed?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I can get to about there.
Oh, double
That
wolf.
square, I'll move it. Yes, he
Okay.
clones himself.
Okay, let me just give you control of the wolf, which I think you already have actually, since you've done this before. Nope.
No, I don't for some reason.
Okay, give me a second. There we go. Okay, you should be able to move that around now.
Okay. And I guess before I would have turned into a wolf, I would have just yelled, "Jemmy!" Just hopefully he can look over this way and then bite the rope. And if nothing else, I'll be a midpoint for Jemmy or anyone else who's going to come in. And I'll make it to about right here before I'm done. And this will be. It says my HP's 11, but it should be. I can change it. It should be
Sure.
more.
I assume so the half of the rope is in the wolf's jaw, and the other end of the rope is tied to the dock.
Yeah, that was my intent. Yes.
Okay. Okay, just make me a survival check. See how well you do it. I assume you do this in human form before you take your bonus action to jump into the water.
Correct.
Okay, so nice. Hello, reef knot. I don't personally know knots, but it's tied up. You jump into the water, wild shape. And yeah, I think you guys have seen him wild shape before, but his bones crack and his mouth opens up, teeth appear. He jumps into the water. Ayo, the blue skin lady. She is going to invoke an attack of opportunity, and she is going to swim. Now you might notice this before, but Jimmy's actually this blue skin lady is very quick in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and she takes off. The shark's going to try and take another bite at her as she leaves. Chomps down, and this time she just skips away from it, missing. To the shore! To the shore! To the shore, she says. Vincent.
Okay, Vincent's still going to use his crossbow. He's going to shoot at this guy. It seems that because of the distance, it's gonna be disadvantage. No, let me check.
think it's 80 for a short bow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 80. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so you're straight roll.
Yeah, and I'm gonna yell to Jamie, "Hey Jamie, duck!" And I'm going to shoot at this.
Really?
Uh, I think
You're
only...
shooting at disadvantage because you're shooting through water, but absolutely take a shot.
Okay, you guys didn't get the joke.
Oh, Jimmy ducks. Ha 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 ha. It's going to be a recurring joke, it seems. Okay, despite the angle and the fact that the shark's in the water, the arrow flies through, hits, roll for damage. 13. Wow, so it sinks
maximum.
into the shark, and you see blood. It's very severely damaged, but it almost seems to have a bit of a frenzy about it, and it's thrashing around in the water. Good shot, does not kill the shark.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Kimmick, what would you like to do?
So, I'm clearly enjoying the view. I have no idea how these guys got into the situation, but I guess I'm going to create an illusion to try and save them. And I want to create an illusion in this woman's mind. So I'm going to use a spell called Phantasmal Force. And what I want is for the woman to believe that suddenly there's a lot of venomous jellyfish going touching her, and hopefully this can work.
Okay.
Would you like me to display the
Sure.
spell? Cool. It's quite a long text.
Yep. Well, let's see if she makes her intelligence saving throw first.
Yeah, and I guess she's in range. Yes. Okay.
Okay, the spell does work. Realizes, so she thinks, so you're making her think that there is a lot of poisonous, was it jellyfish or snakes in the water?
Jellyfish, yeah.
Okay. So roll 1d6, or you can just click on that purple thing and roll 20 that says 1d6. And she'll take that in psychic damage.
Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Okay.
Ah, perfect. 5 points of damage. Okay, so it's going to act as if there were poison snakes in the water. Okay. So your phantasmal force goes off. Are you making any secret of the fact that you're casting this? Or are you just doing it?
I'm just doing it.
Okay, so you see people around you notice that this turtle on the other side is casting a spell, and you see Abo looking around saying, oh, what's that? What's that? And she starts shaking her head. There's snakes in here now! Get out! Get out! And she looks plainly panicked. And is that your turn, Kimmick?
Yeah, sorry.
Awesome. Daku.
Oh, wouldn't that be Jemmy?
I believe so.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. My apologies. Jimmy.
So I am going to swim, because I assume I see her reaction, as in the blue-skinned woman, or starting to panic as if she might be drowning, possibly, because she's acting a little bit strangely in the water. So he's going to swim straight up to her with the idea of trying to grab her and help swim her in.
Okay. Actually, I just remembered she needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Let me just get that out the way. Okay, she's going along. She looks, yeah. So sorry, Jimmy. What are you doing? You're approaching her.
Yeah, because I guess she's not moving forward anymore, is she? If she's panicking about these snakes or whatever they are.
You're not sure. You saw her power swim to there, and now she's claiming there's snakes in the water as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, he's tried to save her once, so he's going to go and try and save her again anyway. So, remind me of what movement there is, please, Malcolm.
Effectively difficult terrain.
Okay, 20. go.
So
So
can you get up there without a dash?
yeah,
Huh? Okay.
yeah, because it's half speed, isn't it? Half
Yep.
walking speed. Yeah, so I've got a walking speed of 40. So
Okay, so you have an action then.
so he's just going to call over to stay where you are, and he's going to do that thing where you flip someone on their back and start to swim them in, kind of thing. The swimming emergency thing that we all learnt in school.
Okay, she doesn't like that. She's going, get off me! Get off me! No, get off me! And she rolls a 19th on her strength check to try and throw you off. So you can make
no.
athletics or acrobatics to try and beat that. No, I lie. Actually, it's a 21. Oh, no, strength check. No, 19. Get off me!
So
Forget it. Go fight.
What are you doing? This is not... There's sharks and swimming and there's a damn idiot trying to drown me. Get off me! She just pushes you aside.
yeah, there's not much else you can do there, really.
Okay, Daku.
So I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet down to the corner of the aisle.
Okay.
And question.
Yep.
Would this blue tiefling happen to be the one that I saw in the crowd last time we played?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
If you remember, she was, when this competition was about to start, the goblin, I think, completely lost control of it. And she waited and effectively shouted at people to maintain order. And I think you saw her in the crowd before that as well. So, you've definitely seen this lady before.
Oh, pretty. Good to know. Questions for later. I'm gonna try to help out the orc fellow over here. I don't know how I would do this. I will leave it up to your discretion, but I would like to take a piece of hempen rope tied on the end of one of my arrows and kind of just shoot it in the water for him to grab onto, like around this area, this area or this area, for chance.
So first up, make a survival check. Let's see how well you tied the rope to the arrow.
Oh, goody! That's just a straight roll. Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Oh, okay. So now just make an attack roll. In fact, make an attack roll at advantage since you tied the rope on so very well.
All right.
And you get a cheer for your rope.
Before I let the arrow go, I'm just gonna look at this orc fella in the water. I might want to try to grab onto this. Otherwise, shark kibbles. We're looking pretty spicy on the menu now.
He's looking panicked. That's enough
15.
though. So we'll get a different color for this. So your yellow hempen rope lands right in front of this orc. I'll put a little head on it. There we go. So the arrow whoosh, flies through. Doesn't hit anybody, but he goes through the air and lands, splashes right next to the orc. Make an insight check for me, Daku.
Okay. Well, we can't have everything.
Okay, I won't tell you the thing I could have told you. But nice. Okay, now we swing around to Edward.
I want to have a look at this guy. This is the same guy we met at the Riddles, right?
Yes.
What's he doing? Does he look like? Does he look like we got this? Is he even concerned? Because I assume he's friends with this girl. I think they were chatting before.
They were. Tell you what,
Is he
Edward,
looking concerned or what?
make an insight check.
I will. Oh god, what am I doing? Natural
Ooh.
20.
Okay.
Let's go.
So yes, they were friends. Aya was, the lady was shouting at people, and he was kind of there with her. And you get the impression he's admiring the work that Aya was doing. He has confidence in her. She knows that she's got this. And he's very much looking down at the rest of you for interfering with this competition. Like, have everybody shooting the sharks and, people casting spells at her. So he's got utmost confidence in her that she will survive this despite the sharks. And it's more of a leaning back like, she's got this. What you guys are doing? She's amazing. So he has confidence in her, thinks she's amazing, and is looking down at you, almost as if you're trying to steal her glory by interfering. And that's what you get as a read for 21.
I'm gonna walk up straight up to him, my short ass looking up on this drow, and say, "Hey, you're the almost as clever as Caspian guy, aren't you?"
Yes, that is me. What is it?
I'm Edward. Are you so confident about your friend you're not helping out? How do you think she'll react to that? She's being attacked by sharks, and she looks a bit discombobulated there.
You don't know Io like I know Io, Jabe. This is what she thrives on. She doesn't need help. She does these competitions by herself. And let me tell you, friend, she wins these things more often than not. She's almost will take it as a personal insult when you try to help her. Like that man splashing next to her trying to help her out. That's almost an insult to her.
Are you so sure he's helping her out? Are you really sure she's the one carrying the spear? I'm not so sure. Have a second look. I say that really loud, hoping that Jemmy hears it. I'm not liking this guy. His attitude. But that's my turn, I guess.
Okay.
Spinning talking to this guy.
Sure. So that was just 1 second. Okay. The orc fellow is going to try and it's going to make one of these. Okay, he starts splashing around. Oh. Splashing around in the water. He looks thoroughly panicked. He moves but a single square. He tries to grab onto the rope. He's got a good chance because of the natural 20 and the roll that Daku made. So I'm going to give him advantage at this. Oh! And he is grabbed onto the rope. He's panicking. He's thrashing around. And often when you see people kind of drowning, they grab onto absolutely anything, including people trying to save them. So he grabs onto the rope because it at least has some solid type of thing. Somebody help me! Oh! And the shark, sensing his panic, comes and charges at him, bares his teeth, bites into him, and does 4 points of piercing damage. More blood starts forming into the water as the shark takes a massive chunk out of the guy's leg. He still looks like he's got some fight into him, but there is blood in the water. Caspian, what do you do?
Caspian will move over next to Daku and will try to reel in the rope to get the orc to the shore.
Thanks, mate.
All right. So I think what we'll do, because Daku's turn isn't for a while. Caspian, we'll say you and Daku work together on this one. But Caspian, you will need to roll a strength check at advantage.
Okay. Definitely my specialty.
With the help of Daku. Okay, so you start dragging the orc. It's hard going through the water, but you do start dragging him. The shark is going to take an opportunity attack to try and... actually, is this forced movement? Tell what? 1 to 3 the shark attacks. 1 to 3 the shark attacks. This shark is going to take its opportunity attack. Going to take a bite at the orc. The orc goes limp in the water. He's no longer holding on to the rope as a shark takes a massive bite out of his other leg. Caspian, make a medicine check.
Okay.
The orc is not dead, but the orc is in serious trouble. But it is not dead.
Okay. Yeah, Caspian is just gonna walk back to the pier, and he's not gonna jump in the water.
Okay. The reef shark that was left because of the dissonant whispers comes back. Actually, can't get to there. Being drawn to the blood and looking for a dead body in there, one of which is there. Bog, what do you do?
This orc that is the orc still hanging on to that rope that Caspian was reeling in?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm just gonna he's wearing some kind of clothing up top, right? Like a vest of some sort at least.
He's not wearing heavy armor. He's just wearing like a leather coat, effectively. So,
Yeah, something more like something that the wolf can grab onto, really.
sure.
So then, I mean, he's right next to me here. I'm just gonna grab onto the orc, like maybe the back of his collar, just grabbing the vest, and just start swimming as quickly as the wolf can, which isn't terribly fast. Back to shore. So, I mean, I would be able to get right back to the dock.
Okay.
With the orc in tow.
Okay, so take your wolf back to the dock, and we'll bring the orc along for the ride.
Be like right here.
So I'll say the orc is actually make a strength check as the wolf to try and drag the thing up onto the dock. Pulling him through the water is one thing, but to throw him up on the dock is another thing. You get just the right leverage, and you throw this very plainly dying orc onto the surface. But well done, Bog. Good move.
That's it.
Ayo Jabe, she says, "What the hell are you doing? Get off me!" And she is going to try and kick you in the center of the chest. I assume a 22 hits, Jimmy?
Yeah, only just.
Only just. So she kicks you in the chest, doing 3 points of damage. Just poof, right in the chest. And then 1, 2, 3. She starts swimming to the shore with the spear still in tow. Make a con save. She's good. Vincent.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try again and shoot at the sharks. It seems that most of the people are already situated beside Jimmy, that is still there. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at this. I think this already has damage, right? This one here.
They're both damaged.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the first one. Still with disadvantage, right?
Say again. So it's all disadvantage because you're shooting through the water.
Okay. It goes nothing.
13 against which shark?
This
Okay,
one.
that one does hit.
Nice. So I take 10 piercing damage.
And the shark stops moving and starts
Ooh,
floating
finally.
corpse-like in the water.
Nice. I yelled to Jamie, "Hey Jamie, you need help!" And I approach the dock here, but I'm exhausted, so I'm not going to jump, but I will put my hand reach out my hand and say to Jimmy to swim, like, so I can help him.
Okay.
And
Now I
that's it.
forgot one thing. Kimek, your phantasmal illusion is still going, and she failed her saving throw again, so you can roll another d6 damage. She's struggling with these snakes in the water. So another d6, please, Jimmy. Ooh,
Oh,
6. Wow. Nice. So she's after she kicks Jimmy in the chest, she's just trying to thrash around, get these snakes off her, but she's not doing a very good job of it. Speaking of Kimek, it is your turn again.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding like who should I save in here. So Kamek is going to attempt something, because looks at Jemmy and I don't know the name yet, but looks at that person in there and feels for him. So what she's going to do is she's going to try a warp, so she's going to twist space around him to bring him back to shore.
Okay.
And hopefully that will be a good move.
Twist space around another creature you can see, or choose to fail. Okay. Now, the question is whether Mr. Jimmy would try and save against this, because he doesn't know you, doesn't know he's trying to help. Jimmy being a monk. Tell you what, Jimmy, make an insight check.
Okay.
We can determine whether... No, I'll let you decide. So 12, you see this turtle casting a spell on you. Do you choose to save, or do you choose to let it happen?
He's generally a trusting soul, but he's focused on getting... I'm gonna... Okay.
Could be a helpful spell.
Yeah, no, absolutely, but he doesn't know that, does he? So, 1 or 2... I'll roll a d4. 1 and 2 he does. 3 and 4 he doesn't. He does.
He does
He
what?
allows it to go. Allows
He
the
allows it-
spell... Yeah.
Doesn't mean
He allows
does.
it to
He does
happen.
make a saving throw. Okay.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so you feel... and you can transport him...
To
that you can
shore,
see.
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how to ping on Roll20?
No.
So hold down your left mouse button and you'll get a little
Oh.
circle like this.
Like over there?
Okay. So time and space warps around you. There's a rip in the time-space continuum and you find yourself back on the dock.
Wow. Okay.
And she and I just wave at you.
And I don't think he's going to react because he's going to be a little bit confused, isn't he? So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Nice use of the spell.
I'll continue
Okay.
on the side of the shore. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jimmy, you're dripping wet standing on a dock. What do you do?
So first of all, he's going to look really confused. He's going to just look around himself to make sure that it's the same shore, I guess. And he's not disappeared somewhere totally different. And then he's going to look out into the water to see what's going on. And he'll see the blue-skinned woman who just kicked him. So clearly is not as much of a friend as he thought she was. And he's going to dive back in the water.
All right.
No.
But this time he's
And
going to
I'll
dive
do
back
it
in the
again.
water, aim straight at her, with the idea that he's going to basically grab hold of the... Was it a staff or a spear
It's a
or
spear.
whatever? A spear.
It's a spear.
Yeah. He's going to grab hold of the spear, and he's going to return the favour and kick her.
Okay. Well, you can grab the
I'm
spear.
assuming I can
which
do
is
all that in one
action.
go.
You can grab the spear or you can kick her. Because both of those are an action.
So I could use a bonus action for an attack, couldn't I?
Oh, as a monk, yes, you could.
Yeah. So I will grab with my action and attack with my bonus.
Okay, let's see if you get the star first. She's holding on to it, so you can make an athletics or acrobatics check. I'll tell you the number you need to... Oh, she rolls a natural 1. Wah, 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 which is a 5.
I'm scared to roll this. I've got +6 anyway, so we're okay.
Ah, okay.
Oh!
Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Not even
There we go.
close.
Covered
Okay.
both bases already.
What's that? The third one?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You kick her right back into the sharks.
Well, that was
Whilst
this was
holding
to
on to
grab
them.
it. This was to
So
grab
I'm guessing
it.
I'm holding on to this now then with both hands.
Well, you're
if at
here
all
for a
possible.
start. Yep. So
Oh, thank
got
you,
the,
yeah, yeah.
You got the
Okay.
spear, and if you want to punch her, you can.
I'm going to kick her.
Okay, sure.
So we'll just use an unarmed strike, I guess. 14.
14 hits.
Awesome.
Damage.
Yeah, let's get there. There we go. 6.
Don't get into a
Wow.
kicking fight with a monk. Alright, so you grab the spear off and kind of twist it and use the momentum of the grab since you got it so well and twist it and kick her right in the guts and she bends over to Bill. You son of a bitch! Give me back that spear! And Jimmy, you still have movement left, technically.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I'm going to use my movement to get myself back up on the shore.
No way.
Okay, get back up on
That
the shore.
was amazing.
I assume I
You
only
can
need to
drown.
get...
I just wanted the spear.
And that...
Yes.
Okay, we're going to just play this out, just to see what happens to this guy, because he's dying. But everyone else is pretty safe. But Jimmy! Amazing. That was cool. I loved it.
That was amazing.
Well, I
That-
wanted to do something before we played out.
Oh, yeah, well, we're still in initiative order, so yeah, your turn.
Oh,
Daku.
okay. My apologies. I thought you said you were gonna do away with the initiative. My bad.
I changed my mind because this guy's dying, so we'll just see how that plays out. Sorry, Daku, you're up.
All right. Well, considering that most of the people that were in the water are now out of the water, I'm gonna focus my attention on this shark. I'm just gonna channel in my mind my hatred of the ocean and all things in it.
Yep.
As I just aim my short bow, I'm going to bonus action steady aim.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at this shark, and I'm gonna go, "Smile, you son of a bitch."
So this will be a straight roll, and a 16 hits. Flies through the air.
Oh wait, steady aim gives me advantage, though. I thought.
But you're shooting something in the water.
Oh,
it's a
right,
straight
so
roll.
straight.
So I'll take your first roll,
be
which
it.
is a 16 anyway, so it hits regardless.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I don't get sneak attack damage then. Gotcha.
No sneak attack damage.
Unfortunate.
But it was a straight
5
roll.
piercing.
Okay, so the arrow hits into the shark. Doesn't kill it. It's still it doesn't kill it, but you see it sink into the shark and more blood arises. And since you don't have any movement, I'm assuming that's the end of your turn. Edward.
That would be right.
Sorry, Daku, are you done?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that it was the end of my turn.
Okay. Well, I forgot the name of him. Could you remind me? It's...
This guy?
Yeah, I think he told us his name.
It's a hard name to say.
It's a hard name to say. Galsariad. Yeah, are you still not gonna help Galsariad? Your friend looks like she's in a bit of a pickle there, almost drowning in the water. It's a nice race though, I did enjoy watching it. I do see why you didn't move a muscle.
Well, as I said, she takes great pride in doing things on her own. I can tell you this, friend. She is not going to be terribly happy with how any of this has panned out. She's had spells cast on her, she's been kicked, she's been punched. But worst of all, more than any of that, she has lost the race. She is not going to be happy. But she'll be fine. She's come out of worse situations than this. She'll get to the shore. She's fine.
Well, I see it. She threw the first punch. But there's still this miserable sod that needs help. Excuse me. And I move to the orc, and I see what I can do about his wounds. I'm not medically inclined, but
You
perhaps
can
I
still
can help.
make a medicine check, DC 10 to stabilize him.
I'll try my best, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Explain to me how Edward fails to revive this guy.
Well, I approach the orc, and he's facing down, and I just very roughly move him, and he starts complaining, "Ow! Oh, sir, it seems to be a lot of blood." And I put my hands on one wound, and blood starts spurting out of the other side. And then I move another hand and cover that blood, and blood starts pouring out of his nose. So I put 2 fingers up his nose. Guys, he's not stopping bleeding.
It must sound like a cruel game of whack-a-mole there for a second. Okay, but fail to revive him. These massive shark wounds that continue to bleed. He can make a death saving throw. He's okay. The sharks are gonna just swim away, so we don't need to worry about no, the sharks are gonna eat this goblin up. That's a feeding frenzy on this goblin. That's what they're going to do. What does Caspian do?
Edward, let me help. I've got this hole, and he's gonna try as well to patch up one of the holes in the orc.
Okay, so same thing, medicine check. Yes. So the orc is now no longer dying. He's breathing steady. You've stemmed the wounds and done a much better job. Okay, with that, no one's dying. The goblin is food. We can get out of initiative order now and get to some less tense background music.
And that, my friends, is why I hate the ocean.
Wow.
Doesn't seem
I'm
like the
impressed,
ocean likes us
Jimmy.
very much.
The blue-skinned woman gets back onto the deck, and she's about to have a go at Jimmy. But before that happens, though... Oops, sorry. Let me just get So the goblin, who is initially doing the competition, says, that was more exciting than it usually is. I wasn't expecting sharks, and it seems we've lost a goblin, but these are the risks we run, I guess. But we do have a champion coming from behind at the very last second. What's your name, friend? Talking to Jimmy.
My name is Jemmy Ducks.
Jimmy, ducks! Oh, no wonder you've won. And he hands you a medal and holds up your hand. Champion of the Ephelon Plunge is Jimmy Ducks! And the crowd who's gathered around to watch it, they kind of give a half-hearted applause, because at the moment a goblin is still being fed on by a bunch of reef sharks in the background. But they're clapping. And he hands you the medal, and the medal looks like it's made of some type of glass, and is to be magically shaped to look like a conch shell. Let me just share you exactly what that does before we go on. Okay, so just a second. Okay, So if you look in your player's journal, Mr. Jimmy Ducks, under appendices, you should see a middle of the conch there. Do you see it?
I will when I work it out, yeah. No, but it's down to me being not very bright, clearly. I can't see
So
it.
on your, should be, what is it called? Your journal. Up at the top, you should see heroes, some other things.
Yeah.
Then there should be a folder called appendices.
Yeah, that's what I'm not seeing.
Make
Oh dear.
sure I did this right. Maybe it's me. Oh. Tell what, you can't see it. I'll whisper to you.
It's okay. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it.
Okay.
I found it. I found it.
So you
Sorry
see how
about
it
that.
works?
Yes.
Make sense?
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Okay. And so, as I said, the crowd is kind of clapping, and all of a sudden things seem to be a little off around here. The music in the background, almost the person playing this kind of cart with a wheel that he turns on the end of it. It's almost sounding a little bit out of tune now as he takes a moment to get it going up. But people are confused. There's a dead goblin, and for some reason, Jimmy is being celebrated. Does Kimmick wander over to see what's going on?
Emek is wondering like why no one is waving back, and she's like saying to herself, "Well, you're welcome." Like, so she tries. Is it like if I scream, can they hear me?
Sure of you.
She
you yellow.
she tries to scream and like ask, hello.
Hi. Hi, you there. Can I help you?
Sorry, but do you mind waiting for me?
Yeah, sure. Come on over.
All
We'll
right.
be here for a bit. We've got some wounded to attend to.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so Kamak, she's feeling a little bit hesitant about jumping into the water just yet. So she's going to just wait for like 5 minutes, and then she will jump and she will join the party.
Okay. So it takes you a wee while to come over, so we'll bring you over here for now. And as you get to the dock, you see this blue-skinned lady coming up to Jimmy. What is your name?
Did you not hear when I won? My name's Jimmy Ducks. What's your name? Are you feeling okay? You were in a bit of trouble back there.
I was in no trouble whatsoever. What the hell were you trying to do? You think I was in
think
trouble?
that.
Why
Yeah, of
did you
course
think I was in trouble? Why did you attempt that pathetic thing of trying to put me on my back? Do you know what I am? Do you know who I am?
I have no idea. You haven't introduced yourself.
My name is Ayo Jabi. I'll type that out in case you want to take notes. And my friends, let's see how smart you are. You seem like a bit of a smartass. I can tell you are a human. You humans stand out, try and think you're better than what you are. So I know what you are. What do you think I am? You can make a nature
Someone who needs
check.
to show. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, but let's have Jimmy just make a nature check.
Yeah, no worries. This is gonna go well. Yes.
So we'll pick it up from there. So what do you think I am?
Well, for me, it doesn't really matter. You're a very fine swimmer, but you also look like you were attracted to sharks. So that's why he tries to help you.
You humans are so arrogant. You can't even notice a water genasi when you see one. And you notice that the water's dripping off her, that she almost looks inherently damp all the times. See, you arrogant human. You thought you could go in and save a water genasi from drowning? You're an idiot.
Well, to be fair, I'd rather be classed as an idiot than arrogant, because I did not know anything. I just saw someone who looked like they was in trouble. So I did what I would do for everybody and try to help.
You saw me swimming away, confidently swimming with the spear. Ahead of everybody. I was dominating the competition. Why would you think I would need help swimming?
Well, you forget that to start with, you got attacked by a shark.
I've had the worst.
You weren't swimming away then, you was just being attacked by a shark.
I've had an experience worse. And you see, she's talking up again because there is blood like pouring out of one of her legs, and she's getting a bit of rag and trying to tie it off. She's quite badly injured, but enough to walk around. That shark, I've had the worst. And then you had the arrogance to take the spear from me and win the competition.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry, continue.
No, go on.
Just real quick, I'm sorry if I keep interrupting people. I'm not the best with window time, Mike.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's an inherent problem we're having is that there's a half second delay or something. So we'll just deal with it. But yeah, feel free to participate in the conversation. It's perfectly fine. So Daku, over to you.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, princess, but this ain't all exactly about you now, is it? If you'll kindly take a look at that man over there, he's currently bleeding out. And that little goblin out there, well, he didn't make it. We was just trying to do our part, and you got out alive. Granted, you probably could have helped yourself, but we don't know you that well. All I know about you is that you were staring me down in the middle of the crowd. And now you're over here yelling at the people who tried to help you instead of thanking them. For all that beauty, got a little bit of arrogance, don't you?
This is not arrogance. It is confidence. Do not mistake the two.
Also, this is not just about you. You do know you were not the only one in the water. And there were two more. One of them died, one of them we got back alive. Maybe you didn't need help, but I'm damn sure that orc is glad to be waking up.
Allah, he was weak. He fell behind. I'm sorry for what happened to the goblin. That's unfortunate.
What a sore loser you are, Edward would say. You're calling them weak, but you lost and you're not weak then. You just blame it on everyone else. You just plain on lost. I saw you punch Jemmy on his chest and he just got right back and punched you back. Took the spear off of you like it was a candy from a kid. And now you come here and patronize us? Like you're the one that you're right? You left a man bleeding to death in the water.
The goblin was dead as soon as the shark got to him.
Well, yeah, not because of your help.
Oh, no, I couldn't do anything for the goblin. This is beyond... I mean, you saw it. The goblin, the shark killed it in one bite. That's unfortunate. I will... But
Are sharks normally supposed to be in these waters?
The goblin says, no, sorry, that was unexpected. I must have swum from the sea. I'm sorry. I've run this competition many times and never had a shark participate. And Ayu starts looking around at all of you. Look, I know what I saw. I was winning the competition, and then you, Jimmy Ducks, magically appeared on the docks. So I might have lost, but I didn't cheat my way to win.
You did notice, though, that I got straight back in the water. So, actually, I had a disadvantage, because I was going to catch you much earlier.
You cheated.
But look, at the end of the day, it was a competition, that's all. And if you look at yourself, you're hurt. Can we try and give you some sort of assistance?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage to try and break through her arrogance.
Thought it was
Come on,
confidence.
Oh, so, to break through her confidence. And she says, no, it is fine. Galsariad, come, let's leave these fools behind. And
By the way,
leaves.
guys, which one of you teleported Jemmy? Like, I didn't know anyone could do that.
Oh, you know that was a very strange thing. What happened?
I don't know. I thought it was Jemmy. I never saw him do anything. I thought that
No,
was
I-
his thing.
Yeah,
was
it was
just
not
swimming.
you, Jamie? I thought you...
No.
you
No, it wasn't me.
I thought
I did see
you
somebody.
were flying.
Somebody seemed to be waving at me though from the other side of the river.
That was me. Hi.
Oh, good lord!
Hi.
The turtle talks!
Turtle, hi. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah, this is all very strange, but I'm just curious why sharks are in this area. I was very, very surprised to see them, and then I just saw you guys were in some sort of trouble, and sorry if I intervened. I didn't mean to push you, put you back on shore, but that was my magic. I hope it didn't hurt you.
Oh, absolutely not. It was a very strange feeling, but you very much helped. Thank you very much.
Good to know. Thank you.
May
good to
I
know.
ask your name? My name is Jemmy Ducks.
Hi, I'm Kemak. Kemak Neander.
Ah, it is a
Nice
pleasure
to
to
meet-
meet you.
Likewise.
So-
I happen to, yeah, but just be looking for my next adventure. So I don't know where is the best. I'm aimless at this moment, actually. So I have never seen. Sorry, but what races are you from? And she points at. I'm trying to have a look at. She points at Vincent.
Yeah, you see like a Vincent, and you can notice the horns on his forehead. I'm not sure if you have seen the Tiefling before, but it's fairly common here in Shohaz. So he's a Tiefling, and you can see that he's quite busted. Like he's really, really pale, and you can see that he could take some rest. But yeah, he's like holding his light crossbow, and was patting Jimmy on the back. He was really impressed with what Jimmy did on the water, and he was also eyeing the water genasi. He was trying to get in the middle. If she starts attacking Jimmy, he was going to interpose between Jamie and her. But now that she left, you can see that he is much calmer, and yeah, that's Vincent.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, and what was happening here? What is that spear? What does it mean?
Yeah, we are having this. We are participating in this competition here at GCAL. There are a lot of competitions happening all over the town, and we are participating here, just having some fun, and yeah, and and then all this happened here. So yeah, thank you for your help. It was really nice.
No worries, thank you. Competitions. That sounds really fun indeed.
Yeah, I think we won almost every competition. Maybe the wrestling. I think Edward maybe have cheated a bit, but
Of course
yeah.
I won the arm wrestling. I'm the strongest here. By far.
Inside check.
Sure.
Nah.
Yeah.
But isn't it about time we go to the main square? There's like an event happening there.
Yes, I concur with that idea. I'm not much a fan of water creatures. Or, let me rephrase that. I'm not much a fan of the ocean myself. I'd like to get away from here if that's alright with you lot.
The
Can I just have a very quick look around before we disappears away from the dark, just in case I see some of my former shipmates? Be
sure,
just interesting.
sure.
Oh yeah, mate, do what you want.
I tell you what, shall I meet you in the town? Shall I meet you in the square?
Don't get lost. We
Oh,
already.
don't worry.
Oh, I'm not
Don't worry,
worried about you. I'm worried about everyone else.
Now, just as
I'll
a
meet
point to note, the closing ceremony effectively happens at dusk, and there's still a few hours left of dusk.
Oh, okay. Well, just wander off, see more competitions then on our way to the center of the city. There were like, was it turtles?
Yeah,
Yep,
That
that
was
would
in
be
the center,
over
wasn't
here.
at
Yep,
J6, right?
J6. Yep.
What is this? What is this? That's where we just came from.
That's us now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
We
We
did the maze.
the maze is at J2. You can see the maze there.
Yeah.
Right. And then this
And
was
we-
what you just did. The
And
full-on
we did
plunge.
J7, J1, and J4. So there's just J5 and J6. But J5 was like more free labor, we thought.
Yeah, that was the right. Was it a rice paddy?
Yeah, so maybe we just head to J6. What do you say, guys?
Sure.
What's going on at J6 again?
Well, let me just say J5, just so we're clear. There's a rice paddies there, and the first to harvest the rice wins. So that's you just considered work. This is how often fairs work. People get you to do the work for them and pretend it's a competition. And if you want to head over to J6, are you coming along, Kimmik?
Yeah, Kamek asks how if they can give her a little tour and if she can join along because this is her first time in Jigao. So, do you guys mind?
It's the first time here for most of us as well.
Okay, well
you're
then
You're welcome to join us.
Just a little heads up. We do get into entanglements with some unsavory folk. Sharks are one thing, but how are you at fighting people?
all right. I'll just make sure that I teleport you guys to a safe place all the time.
It's
Sounds
not
good for
gonna be
me.
that easy for me, but feel free to tag along. I have no quarrel. Just keep me away from the ocean, please.
Okay, will do.
Ethan, what's up? Do you want to talk about the ocean? Are you okay, Daku?
For context, his first battle with you guys, he was dragged under by alligators, and now the second battle, we're fighting sharks. He does not like the ocean anymore.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay, we'll start a little therapy with you. I'm very good with this. I'll use my puppets we'll move the fears out into the puppets, and then you'll be reborn.
All right,
Oh,
I just
good
hate you
to
go,
sailing.
Bruno.
Sorry,
You also, Edward. What the fuck is up with these puppets of yours? Like, I saw you
What do you
talking. I saw
You don't insult my puppets.
You saw you talking. I don't know, playing with them at night. Like, do you need some
I'm a
therapy
big
also?
boy. I don't play with toys.
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, maybe later we can talk about it.
You see that he's just trying to avoid the topic.
Quite the lovely group we got here.
He moves away and starts talking to the puppets. Like, don't you worry, the bad man didn't mean anything bad. You're perfect the way you
Batman?
are.
I'm Batman.
You are the bad man.
Can I just ask with the ocean, like, were you perchance dragged to the ocean whilst there was blood in it? Or because, were you?
That one's a little bit of a hard parter, but I was dragged into a body of water, and the blood ended up being mine. These lot can tell you.
Ooh, I see. Okay. All right.
I'm going to
Expect it
buy
to
the-
happen. I don't want to scare you, but expect it to happen again, okay? I will give you some recommendations later on. I know it's just a curse. Don't worry about it. I'll teach you what to do.
I'm going to the nearest store and buying all the alligator skins I can find.
Yes, please do. Exactly that.
Okay, so you wander your way through the Jigao, and you make your way over to this large paddock over here.
Anyway,
And festival goers are clustered around a paddock full of young horizon-back tortoises. Now, just in case you don't know, this is horizon-back. Give me some art. Oops, looking in the wrong place. That's why. Failing on my skills here. So, you guys have seen horizon-back turtles before. Maybe your new turtle friend doesn't. But this is what a horizon-back tortoise looks like. They're huge normally, and they usually carry buildings around on their backs. In the nearby town of Urizen, the entire city is built on the back of 20 or so of these tortoises. So they're almost considered pack animals, I guess, but packs in the sense that they carry buildings around on their backs. So, but in this particular paddock, there's a whole lot of young horizon-back tortoises that are shuffling around inside this enclosure. These 15-foot tall tortoises are being tended by young herders who are fitting them with makeshift bridles. These individuals are overseen by a tall, attractive orc who makes sure that bridles are attached correctly. And the orc waves at all 7 of you. And he says, have you come to join the Horizon Back migration? There's a tortoise for each of you, and a medal to be won if you make it to the end in one piece. Last year we had to rebuild several of these houses around here after the festival. So what do you say? You in for some Horizon Back riding and herding? What do you say?
I say that's our cup of tea. And race on one of these? Yes.
All right. So who else is in? What about you, young turtle? Maybe you have an affinity for these creatures.
I do have an affinity for them, but I'm not sure if yeah, I'm not sure about it. I'll just watch for now. Thank you so much.
All right. What about you, Firbolg?
Yeah, I'll try my hand at it. And, Chemic, it would just be like you giving... It's just like me giving another Firbolg a piggyback ride if you don't feel comfortable. Think of it that way as I make my way over to one of them.
Kemak is a bit worried about the way these creatures are being treated, but I guess she can. How does she? What is the reaction of the turtles? What was the name again?
Horizon Back.
Horizon Back. Yeah. Do they seem happy?
Make a nature check.
Nature check. Yeah.
Yep. They seem skittish.
Okay.
So,
Because
because they're skittish, you're slightly worried that if you got on
Yeah.
them, you might fall off them. And they are 15 feet tall.
Yeah. Guys, I'm just a little bit scared here. I guess I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go.
Right, that's the spirit. All right. And it, so, well, let's just, we don't have to play this all out. Who else wants to? So far I've got Kemek, Bog. Is Caspian going to ride?
Nah. Caspian is done with animals for the moment.
Edward?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah, he's definitely up for it.
Joe? Daku, I
bef-
should say.
Before making his decision, he wants to see like what kind of people are watching around. Like anybody looking more than common.
Okay.
Like somebody of like a noble status or anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
All right. Nope.
Yes, everybody's kind of caught up in the miasma. There's two crowds. Maybe there are some mobile people out here with a bit of coin, but you don't spot any.
Well, in that case, I guess I'll take part.
So Daku. And what about Vincent?
Vincent is too tired to to jump on the toy's back. He's going to ask the guy if he has any beer around, because he's just going to watch and have some drink. He's too tired to try anything.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for beer, the best place is the Unbroken Tusk. And that is... is over in this area here. So maybe you could grab a beer, some ale over there, and watch the proceedings. Sure,
Yeah.
that would be a good thing.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Vincent is going to move that way and get some
Okay.
beer.
So we'll say Vincent. Oops. There you go, Vincent. Watching from the beers. And what's Edward doing if he's not participating? Not Edward. Sorry, not Edward. Sorry. Caspian.
Caspian's just watching, just standing on the side of the paddock and just trying to be supportive, but also just like kind of anticipating this to go wrong again after these sharks. So, let's see if they need help.
All right. So just keeping an eye on things. Okay. So the orc that is running this thing, he says, "Well, as I said, there's a riddle involved in this, and you've got to cover costs. So there's a silver piece to enter. So we'll hand over a silver piece. We can get the proceedings started."
Okay. Here, just please let me go.
All
Do
right.
these turtles speak Aquan?
Oh, let me check. Probably not, but rise and back. Well, you don't know? Are you asking the orc?
Yes.
Well, no, miss. I don't even know what Aquan is, to be perfectly frank. Oh, I know they understand a little bit of Goblin. You need to give them simple instructions, but they can't technically speak it. But they do understand a little bit of Goblin. So if you speak some Goblin, maybe that'll help.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so he leads the 5 of you into a paddock, and he assigns you a horizon-back turtle each. He doesn't give you much choice, but he puts a ladder on the side of it for you to go up and effectively sit on the saddle on it, and you all scuffle up on the saddles and get comfortable. Is there anything you would like to do before we start maneuvering our tortoises?
Yeah, before Bog goes up on the tortoise, he'll kind of like you would with like a horse, just kind of like put his hand in front and hold out. He's not going to hold out a lot of them, just one good berry he has, and see if the turtle wants to take a bite and try and kind of be friendly to it.
Before okay, go on. I don't know if
I,
he needs to roll anything.
he doesn't. Horizon-back turtles, I imagine, would love berries. So yeah, you hand it out duck and it gobbles up the berries. Seems to enjoy it. I mean, it's not much weight-wise, but it does, of course, fill him up just naturally.
Yeah,
as a
it should
result of
fill
the
him
good
up.
berry. But yeah, chomps it down. Seems happy enough with it.
Seeing that the tortoise likes the berries, before I approach mine, I'm gonna go next to Bog and ask him for a couple of berries, if he can share some.
And I'll say, yeah, definitely, but just one should be enough to fill you for the day, so don't go overindulging. It might hurt your tummy. And I'll give him a couple.
These are not for me. Don't worry. Thank you. You're ever so kind.
No problem.
And I am going to summon Alexander, my puppet.
Okay.
And I am going to give him the berries. And
All
he's
right.
gonna hop on the turtle with me for now.
Okay.
Daku is going to whisper in Goblin to the turtle's ear. All right, mate, let's give him a good show.
You see the horizon-back turn its massive neck towards you and kind of nods its head.
I'm gonna mount him.
Okay. The orc does come up to Edward and say, "Oh, you don't know it's a disadvantage with 2 people riding, right?"
Oh, he's weightless. This is my puppet Alexander, and I move my fingers. Oh, this is probably the first time for Kemek. So what you see is Edward has a lot of puppets around his waist, like wrapped in leather straps. He grabs one, and from his fingers, blue tethers connect to the puppet, that then grows to a human-sized puppet. And he moves his fingers and controls the puppet. But the puppet can fly. And I'll show to the was it an orc that told me that I'm at disadvantage?
Yep.
Oh, he's weightless, and I just move my hand left and right, and you'll see Alexander just floating above me, left and then right.
Okay, it's a little
He-
strange, but all right.
He just wants to enjoy the ride. He's never been on a turtle before. Isn't that right? And he will nod. In full armor, he'll just nod.
All right. No problem.
We're still in the paddocks at the moment, right?
Yep, haven't left. Yep.
Bog will just look at the orc and say, I'm sorry, I'll require a little bit of this time. I want to make sure the turtle gets to know me a little bit. Can you explain how we're going to maneuver them? Do we talk to them, or how do we do that?
Well, you see that much bigger tortoise over there? A tortoise, yes, I'll be riding that one. And going you through a course, as it were. And your challenge is just to follow me and keep control of this, of your tortoise. And just much like riding a horse, pull on the reins, left, you go left, right, you go right. So if you know how to ride a horse, this is more or less the same.
Thank you. So Bog is going to guess that he's going to use kind of the same faculties and skills that he would animal handling, and before he goes on to the tortoise, he'll just kind of hunch over, using the turtle to kind of shield him a little bit, and just kind of hunch over, and he'll cast enhance ability for Owl's Wisdom, which gives advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay,
Making a guess
very
that
good.
that will influence the animal handling.
Okay, ability enhanced. Okay. So that's Bog. As Edward's got his friend. Vincent is drinking. Jimmy, are you doing anything while you get on top of the tortoise?
So Jimmy Ducks was basically, when he was on board the ship, he looked after all the poultry and that kind of stuff. So, but he's familiar with being around any kind of livestock, we'll call it. So he's just going to do kind of soothing motions, make sure it knows that he's not a threat.
Okay.
And once it seems happy, he'll then mount up.
Okay, very good. Darko, you're talking to it in Goblin, right? So that's cool. Bog cast enhanced ability. And what's Kimmick, if anything, doing, apart from maybe looking nervous?
Yeah, looking very nervous, but also mesmerized by the size of this creature. But she tries to speak something in Aquan, like, "Hey, can you understand me?"
The animal doesn't respond at all.
Okay. Then I just tell Dako to please whisper to the turtle because she noticed something. Just to whisper, "Can you please be gentle? Do not let me fall, please."
You want me to tell that to your turtle?
Yes, please.
All right. Daku is going to approach, or he's going to hop off his turtle, just kind of pat it on the shoulder like a be right back kind of motion, and he's going to approach the turtle and her tortoise. He's just going to whisper in the ear, "Well, you might just be a little bit gentle with your rider. She's fairly new to all of this. We don't want to give her a good scare now, do we?"
You see understanding in the tortoise's eye.
All right.
Thank you so much. I owe you one.
Yeah, everybody does. And he just kind of walks back to his tortoise.
Of course, you could have been extra sneaky and told that tortoise anything you like, because you're the only one. Well, I don't know, but.
If I knew her better, I probably would have done that, but she's new, so I'm trying to see what she can do before I mess around with people.
Okay, very good. So, the orc climbs on the top of a much larger tortoise. And he goes, "All right, let's go." And he kind of waves his hand in this sort of motion. And the tortoises start moving through the paddock. He's going at a reasonable pace. You're kind of bouncing up and down on the saddle a little bit. Now, Kimmick, as I bring up my little sheet here, can you make me an animal handling check, please?
Yeah. Here it is. Ooh.
Okay, you bounce along, no problem, holding on, controlling it. Yep, just bouncing along.
Natural.
Natural, it seems. Bog, you can make your animal handling check at advantage, thanks to your enhanced ability. $15 will do it. So you too bounce along, no problem, keeping up with this person as he kind of waves. It's not really an obstacle course, like there's no jumps or anything, just like a weave through the paddock. Edward, as you're bouncing up and down on it, you too can make me an animal handling check.
But my plan was to tell this turtle, "Look, we're a team now, so you behave and I'll feed you. You follow the food and we'll be all right." And I move Alexander with the berries just in front of the turtle, and he'll be moving where I want the turtle to be, as well as me maneuvering it with a leash. Animal handling is that?
Well, you're basically using the carrot technique, right?
Yes, a carrot on a stick. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So before we roll the animal handling check for the riding, I want you to roll an animal handling check to see how you can maneuver it with this berry.
sure.
So there's two things. So the first one,
Oops.
okay. And now make an animal handling check to control it. And I'll take that 9 into account. No problem, Edward. The young horizon-back tortoise looks at the berry and starts following it, and your shadow follows it around, and it's good. Okay, Jimmy.
Animal handling.
Did Jimmy do anything in preparation? Oh, I fed you a berry, didn't you? Did you? What did you
No.
do?
It was just very soothing, using all those years of experience and all that kind of stuff. So nothing other than that.
Animal handling check.
Okay.
11. Okay, so you're bouncing along, and you're enjoying it, and you're bouncing, and you kind of get into that thing where a feedback loop starts to happening, and you bounce, and you bounce, and you eventually bounce so high that you start falling off the tortoise. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I can.
Okay, you hold on to the tortoise and you're about to fall off, but you grab kind of the bridle and you're hanging off the side, and you pull yourself back on. You don't fall off the tortoise, but you watch the tortoises move off ahead of you. You've fallen behind.
Okay.
Okay, Daku, animal handling check.
All right. It'll be a straight roll, so this should be fun. Five.
Same thing. The bouncing motion of it causes you to lose balance. You let go of the bridle and about to fall off, but make me a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Same thing. You manage to grab hold of the saddle and pull yourself back onto the tortoise, but the tortoise has lost all momentum, and you and Jimmy and Daku watch as Kimek, Bog, and Edward slowly maneuver away down to the north, down through the paddock. Okay, so back up to Kimek as you're getting confidence. You're bouncing along nice, Kimek. So make me another animal handling check, please. The speed
Clearly
of
not
these,
as confident.
the speed of these creatures is increasing and turning out too much for Kimek, who rolls a natural 1. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Can I just ask something? There is a as a reaction due to chronal shift, I can re-roll.
Yes,
Can
you
I
can.
use that now?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So in one time stream you fall to the ground and land in the mud as the turtle walks away. In another universe you still get bucked and you try to hold on. Actually 13 does make it. Yeah, and you manage to hold on. In this particular time stream, time warps and you find yourself back on the turtle. No problem. Not on the turtle, on the tortoise. Yeah, so nice use of your chrono shift ability. Okay, Bog, animal handling check, please. At advantage.
You get that, Malcolm? It didn't go to.
No, I didn't. You can tell me what it is if you like.
The highest is a 13 with advantage.
13 is just enough. You almost get bucked off, Bog, but you managed to hold on and carry on. You almost lost it, though. Let me just bring up your stat sheets here. Okay. So that was Bog. Bog is successful. Edward.
Okay. Do I still roll twice?
Nope, just the once.
Okay. That's average.
That's unfortunately not quite good enough. I'm giving you a slight advantage for the berries, but it doesn't compensate from that. So you too find yourself getting bucked off. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yep, dexterity saving throw. Yep.
Please. Oh.
You fall completely off the tortoise, land in the mud with a splat, and take 1 point of damage. And you watch as your brazen back turtle slowly goes away from you.
No, we had a team. No berries for you.
Okay, so yep, Edward, you're effectively out of the competition for falling off your thing. Jimmy, still lagging behind everybody else. Making me an animal handling check.
Yep.
Oh, just one. As I'm on the floor, if my puppet is able, if I'm still able to do anything, I can swap places with the puppet. So am I able to
Oh.
position the puppet back on the turtle's back and swap?
It has to be
Or
within 30 feet, right?
Yeah, I was doing the carrot on the stick kind
Yeah,
of trick.
I think you could. Yep. I mean, you know your abilities. You know you can swap around. But absolutely, you can get back onto the turtle, and your
Okay.
shadow can be in the mud.
So we swap positions. Alexander, swap places. And yeah, I get sucked into the tethers that connect to the puppet, and we swap positions. As you see, the knight in shining armor become a small little 15-year-old kid.
Very
And
cool.
I'm back on the turtle.
Okay. The turtle has
Back
still
in the
lost-
game.
Yeah, you're lagging well behind now, regardless. Despite your cool move. Daku, animal handling check.
Is it not Jemmy?
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, my
Gonna be Jimmy
apologies.
next, wasn't it?
Jimmy, sorry.
No worries. So can I take an action as well?
Sure, depending what the action is.
Oh, it's a very advantageous action, of course. So considering he got nearly bucked off last time round, he is going to use his animal friendship cantrip.
Okay.
And he's basically going to sort of lean forward and talk into the turtle's ear and just say, "Listen, mate, we're friends. I don't need you trying to throw me off. Let's just try catching up with the rest of them, alright?"
Okay.
And with which we'll carry on.
Okay, technically it does, and she's... So,
Do you want to see the
no, I'm seeing the spell.
You got it there. Okay.
So it does need to make a wisdom saving throw. So let's make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yes, sorry, it does. Yeah, DC's 14.
It rolls a 13. So yes. So you cast your animal friendship spell and whisper into the words of this horizon back turtle, and it just kind of turns back towards you and kind of rubs its leathery neck up against the side of your body, and it is effectively charmed by you now. So you may have advantage on this roll, Mr. Jimmy Ducks.
Thank you kindly. I think I might need it.
The duration's 20. Oh wow, that's a bad start. Roll again. It's at advantage.
No, I'd already rolled, so I got 10 as the highest.
That's that's unfortunate. That's yep. You try and on it. The tortoise looks around and shocked as you fall off, and it's going to try and catch you in its mouth to put you back on, which is going to effectively give you advantage on a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
You're about to fall off and you're falling to the ground, but then your friendly horizon back to it nips you like at the back of your cloak or whatever, and it haws you back into the saddle. You do not fall off.
Fantastic. Great stuff.
But you're still falling behind. Yep. Okay, Daku.
If everyone's falling behind, then no one is
All
falling
right.
behind.
Is that another animal handling?
It is. Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah, as the horse speed increases, that's a 12. Now you'd normally fall off with a 13, but I'm going to say with your slight advantage with your speaking goblin and soothing the animal, I'm going to call that a success. So you just bounce along, Daku, no problem.
Alright.
Okay, so Kimmik and Bolg are out in the lead. Edward and Daku are kind of level, and Jimmy, well, the less said about Jimmy, the better. Okay, we don't need to do this one more time, though. So Kimmik, one more animal handling check, please.
All right.
Oh,
Natural 20.
bounced forward and out in the lead. If anybody else gets a natural 20, looks like you might cross the finishing line first. Bog.
Eric is looking less nervous now.
She's got the hang of it, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
At advantage, Bog. You trot along. You're just a little bit behind Kemek as she finishes, but you've successfully managed to negotiate it. Edward.
Trying. Yeah, but this is it. If I get natural 20, I might perhaps do it. But I don't.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh lord. As I'm laughing at Okay. Okay.
You managed to hold on, but the horizon back turtle doesn't effectively forward progress.
Good job, friend. You keep your pace. We're gonna get there.
You see Jimmy behind you trying to catch up. So Jimmy, animal handling check. Still, yeah, well, there you've got anything else, that's fine. So you trot up and you're right beside Edward now. Okay, and last but not least, Daku.
Before I make my roll, Daku is gonna whisper into the ear of the tortoise. Hey, don't worry about me, mate. Go as fast as you can and show these people what you got in you. I know you got some.
Okay, so first, make an animal handling check to see how well you encourage your animal. So this is not for riding, this is to see how much notice the thing takes if you completely ignores you. Apparently it doesn't do fast. Doesn't do fast. Now make a normal animal handling check. Make a dexterity saving throw. I said these things are getting faster. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you fall off, Daku, and you take that much damage. 5 points of damage as you fall onto the ground.
Well, I did ask.
So that was 2 natural ones in quick succession there. So I'm going to say actually that the tortoise does take off incredibly fast. Starts hoofing it and it goes so fast that you can't handle it and you fall off backwards and land in the mud.
I'd be so upset if I wasn't so proud.
Up ahead though, Kemek comes in just a little bit ahead of Bog. Edward and Jimmy kind of well behind, and Daku was out of the race. Now the orc says, oh, well done for riding. Now, technically this wasn't a race, but everybody except that guy in the mud there. You can have a medal. This is the medal of the horizon back turtle. And you notice as you look at them, each one of them looks different. And they look like shells from horizon-back turtles. This is one of our horizon-back turtles that expired. So, we don't kill our horizon-back turtles. So, just repurpose them once they've died. And let me share that medal information with you. So middle of the horizon back.
Well, guys, that's my second medal. I effectively won the whole competition.
Wait, let me just put all these out. So Bog gets one, Edward gets one, and Jimmy gets one. Okay, so once again, if you go to your adventure journal and go down to appendices, you'll see Appendix C, Medals of Merit. And those who got a medal should see the Medal of the Horizon back. Let me know if you
wow.
see that.
That's
cool.
really cool.
Everybody find that? Did you find that, Kemek? Probably
I see it
talking
too.
to you right now, but you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I'm a bit lost. Sorry, can you please repeat where to find it?
Sure. So if you see on the top right of your screen, you'll see buttons, and one of them will say journal. It kind of looks like a newspaper.
Okay.
Click on that, and you'll see a whole lot of things come up. You'll probably see appendices with a little plus next to it.
You might have the same problem I had. So if you look at the heroes with all of our pictures underneath it, and then the next one down's area of effect templates, it's a minus at the moment. Or if you hit the minus, then suddenly you'll see the appendix.
And what I'm supposed to see is it Appendix C, Medals of Merit, and then Medal of the Horizon back.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you
okay.
click on that,
Thank you.
you'll see how you can use this medal.
Oh.
Okay, so take note of that.
Nice.
Okay. And, yeah. So what would you guys like to do? Daku, do you catch up? A little bit muddy? Pride dented, perhaps?
Yeah, I just kind of slowly walk up, trying to shake the mud off of my pristine leather jacket. Ah, fuck it.
That was a good attempt. That was a good attempt.
Yeah, I want to thank Daku for being the tortoise whisperer because it apparently worked.
You just see Daku covered in mud, and he just goes, "Oh, you're welcome, mate. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink."
All right.
I'm following you. All of this.
Yeah, you see
winning medals
Vincent,
maybe, but-
you see Vincent waving for you guys. Hey, come here. He's with a beer in his hand, and he's waving it to you guys. He's at the
Yeah,
Okay.
Caspian just walks up with a big burger. Like, well, that was a lot less violent than I was expecting. Good job, guys.
Okay, so it sounds like you're congregating with Vincent at the pub, effectively. Now there is one. I just want to know as a DM, is that last competition you haven't done, the Wetlands Paddywhack. Are you interested in participating in that one?
Maybe after a drink, Daku would be interested. Just so we could get one medal from today.
Yeah, I noticed someone's got a lot of medals. But okay, so what we'll do, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll go to the Wetlands Paddywhack, and then we'll move on to the closing ceremony. We'll get into that. Okay, but I'll see you guys in a few minutes, and go from there.
Cool.
Okay,
All right, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
See you soon.
guys.
Okay, so yes, welcome back. So you're all enjoying a beer outside one of the local taverns. What would you, as yet mighty name of adventurers, would like to do?
Yeah, Vistan's going to ask who won. So I can see you guys are always smiling. So I guess you guys had a great time.
Kamaki's feeling the adrenaline still, and she's like she already finished the first drink, and she asking for another one. She's like, "Wow, this was so fun. What is the next one? Please, let's go."
I don't. Do we still? Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
Sorry, Edward. Didn't mean to cut you off. Odaku is going to break away from the group once he has a drink in hand and scout the bar for any potential underworld contacts.
Okay, make an investigation check. You do find someone. 11 is enough, especially in this broken tusk bar. Some of the less desirable people. And you see someone kind of standing in the back, a black cloak kind of covering his eyes. He looks human. Very dark skin, it looks like. And for the briefest of moment, he catches eye contact with you. Holds it for a second. And then goes back to staring at his drink.
I'm going to approach the figure, but not in an obvious sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kind of put on a persona that I've put on before.
Yep.
I'm going to approach the man. Oh, Jacob, buddy, I thought I'd never find you in this giant city. How you been, mate? And I kind of flash a gold coin between my fingers.
Yeah, city's alright, I guess. There's competitions here. There's always a bit of coin to be made here. He quietly grabs the gold coin from you and says, "What can I help you with, friend?"
Just trying to make my peace in the world. Trying to claim my stake. You mentioned there was family here. Anyone special? He's asking if there's anyone notorious, like in the underworld, that's currently in the town.
Oh, I see. That type of family. Just a second. I have this information. Oh, you see, friend, as you no doubt know, Jigao is very much in Jorhasian territory. And, the dynasty kind of wants us more under its thumb than perhaps the town of Jigao wants itself. So someone who would know things, have a bit of contacts, a bit of a feeling about what's really happening. There's a political liaison set here from the Kryn dynasty. His name is Dirth Mirim. And you can find him over there in... There's a wooden outpost just over yonder. It's called the Dynasty Outpost, but the rebellious among the people here call it Helter Skelter. There's always Kryn officers come and going, dealing with youngsters as they throw stones at them, or not so youngsters as well. So if you want to talk to someone, I would suggest Dirth. And you should find him around a Helter Skelter. What are you looking for him for, friend?
Just looking to make some new acquaintances. But I'll make sure to pay him a visit.
All right.
But very well. It was nice catching up with you. Give my love to the family. And I'll
Jacob,
tap
quote,
twice
unquote,
on the wall
nods.
before leaving.
Okay.
And I'll head back to the group.
All right. You guys heading to the paddy fields?
Do we still have time?
You have time. I mean, there's still a couple of hours left before the closing ceremony, so you definitely have time for this, for the Wetlands Paddy Whack Challenge if you want to do it.
Well, yeah, let's... What do you say, blow off some steam there?
It would be nice to actually win a medal. I'll join you.
Just go. I'll cheer you up this time.
Okay, so you make your way over to the eastern side of Jigao, in the area called the Jumbles. On the eastern side of the Jumble, the docks rise upward from the river to run us. I'm reading the wrong one. Oh, yeah. So some areas of these wetlands, as you see, has been cordoned off to create rice paddies, which are now ready to harvest. Blue and green banners wave over one end of the docks where two elderly goblin farmers preside over the contest. And you hear one goblin farmer saying, "You know how it goes! First team to harvest rice from the section wins. Fun for all ages. Just a silver piece to enter, and a fantastical medal if you win. Who would like to join up? We need teams of two, please. Teams of two. Who's going to be up first? Come on." And you see a couple of orcs immediately approach and say, "Oh yeah, we'll go. we'll compete." And they look quite strong. But then they attempt to give each other a high five, and the high five just misses. Apparently they're stronger than they are dexterous. And a couple of drow come up and say, "Oh yes, we will compete as well." And without even looking, the drow holds up a hand. The other one high-fives him, does a backhand. Very complicated high-five motion without even looking at each other. And kind of sneer down at the orcs. All right, we have two contestants, two teams. Who else we got? Who else would like to step up?
Well, Daku noticing... Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Daku and then I'm gonna pretend that we had also a high five. And I'm trying to make also a really complex high five. Like
Daku and Vincent, make me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Let's see how good your high five is.
Oh, I'm actually really good at sleight of hand. 22.
But not Vincent.
I'm gonna say that it's pretty good. It's either it's around the same coolness as the drow did. Vincent, you're leading down the side a little bit, but Daku kind of sees you moving your hand in the wrong places and compensates for it. So you look cool.
Daku with once he sees the drow, like the kind of enjoying expression on his face just disappears. He's gonna turn to somebody near him. I don't know who would be the closest, but he's gonna ask, "Would one of you mind holding my jacket? Things are about to get intense over here."
Yeah, I'll hold your jacket. I want to see you win this one.
Daku takes off his leather jacket. The immediate thing that you would notice is that his left arm, like from the palm of his hand up to where his elbow bends, is covered in a white wrap.
I didn't know you sustained an injury.
It was a long time ago. I don't like to talk about it much.
I hope it doesn't hinder you. You go and smash those drows.
You're goddamn right. Mark, you with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
So Daku
Alright.
and Vincent are a team. Right, good. I'll need a silver piece from each of you, and then you'll be free to enter the competition.
Gonna toss my
are-
coin like a 1930s English gangster and just flip it into the goblin's hand.
Goblin
Yeah,
snatches it.
Vincent's trying to do the same.
Okay, Vincent, make a sleight of hand check. And Daku is inherently cool
Yes.
with his sleight of hand success. So let's see. But actually, aren't you doing these at disadvantage, Vincent?
Do I need to?
Are you exhausted?
Okay.
Natural one.
Can it get
Natural
worse?
one.
Okay.
Okay, so you flick it. The goblin has to grab it. Your aim's a little off, but not so off that it just splashes into the mud. Okay, more teams.
Anyone want to go up for this one? I don't think I'm going to be good at it, but I think to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm keen in having a go.
Okay, good to see a team forming. Caspian and Kimak. Silver piece from each of you, please. Silver piece.
Oh, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll just be watching, sorry. Don't know if you're waiting for a reply. I'll just be watching this time.
I'll hang back.
Okay, so not Edward, not Bog.
Same for Jamie Ducks.
Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy's watching as well.
Yeah.
Pretty looking forward to seeing a puppet participating in this.
Edward, as Caspian, Kimak, Daku, and Vincent are getting ready, you hear the goblin say, well, this is amazing, isn't it? Not only do they harvest our field, but they're paying us for the privilege of doing it. And they snigger away. Okay, so the way, well, let's set this up. A little map. Here's a map I prepared earlier. So you should all see the whole thing. So, here is a team of drow here. Here is a team of orcs here. And we have Daku and Vincent. You can be harvesting this one over here. Get you set up there, and Caspian and Kimak we'll have just to the north of them. Caspian and Kimak. Okay. So, okay, so as this is happening, someone's going to be going to approach the non-participants. So I assume at the moment you're chopping and getting into the competition while this conversation is happening. You see someone who you've met before, or some of you have met before. He was at the pie eating competition.
Irvan.
Irvan, yes. This gentleman
Shaggy.
here.
Shaggy. There he is.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me just get something for a sec. So I can get prepared for this.
He must have a Scooby-Doo pet.
G'day, he says to the non-participants, being Edward, Bog, and Jimmy. Hey, nice to see you guys again. How you been?
Hello there. Yeah, nice to see you again. Are you not participating?
Oh, no, I'm still a bit full up from all that pie-eating domination, so a little bit full around the belly, if you understand what I mean. A little tight.
Yeah, I'm just holding the jacket and I'm gonna see that Daku smashing the hell out of those drow.
Wow,
Welcome to join us.
yeah, I'll sit and watch, of course. Yeah, you gonna want to buy me a beer while you're at it?
Only if you buy me one first.
Okay, first round's on you, mate. I'll get the second round.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Don't spill any of this jacket, or I don't know what jacket will do to me.
All right.
Looks like very fancy.
So, I heard there was a bit of a commotion down at the docks. What was up with that?
Oh yeah, we got attacked by sharks.
Yeah, I heard
We?
old Ayu. She wasn't too happy with you.
Well, because she lost.
Basically, yeah.
There's not much you can do. Someone's going to overreact, is there?
Well, I heard there were spells and other bits and pieces happening on some shenanigans. What's up with that?
Shenanigans.
So
No,
you friends with her?
I know her. Friends might be stretching it a little bit. Like I know you guys. Well, I'd like to consider you friends. So you're my friends in the same way that Ayu is my friend. Put it that way.
Sorry, you were gonna talk, Jimmy.
I know, then I just ate something.
Oh,
Gotcha.
share some of that with me, mate. I'd like some of that. Whatever you're eating, I'll
Well,
take a handful.
Yeah, here we go, mate. You take what you want.
We were all enjoying the competition, and I have
We
to
were.
say that Aya Jade, she's stellar. She's really good swimmer, I have to tell you. And she was probably gonna win, but the situation changed. I mean, there were people getting attacked by sharks, and she kept focusing on winning. I don't know. I didn't go very well with that. Not one to go for morals, but it just felt wrong. There was
No,
no
it was
money
very strange.
involved.
I agree, it was very strange indeed.
It was like, you know, like she had to show to everyone that she was the best in the room. But there were some higher, more important things happening at the time. To be honest, I didn't interfere at all. I was just with your... Is Galsariad your friend as well?
Yeah, I know him. The dark elf, right?
Yeah, I was just with him, observing the whole thing, and I just told him, look, you might think that Io is gonna win, but I think he got it all wrong. And in the end, there we go. You mentioned spells. Well, I don't know what spells she said, but she's mentioning. Can you be more specific?
Well, she mentioned something about somebody teleporting around and then using magic to steal the spear from her, and she mentioned snakes and visions and all sorts of stuff. She wasn't happy.
Sounds like a sore loser to me.
Well,
Wow.
okay. I'll put you. Let's put it like this. Maybe we all started with the wrong foot, and maybe Io. I mean, she's your friend, and you seem like a very good guy. So, I trust your judgment. Maybe all we need is to gather up, introduce ourselves, and restart.
Oh, maybe. Look, it's Edward, Bog, and Jimmy, right? I like you guys. You seem like a decent type to me. Tell you what, I'll try and smooth things over for Io with you. She's hot-headed. She likes to boss people around, and trust me, she does not like losing. So I'll go have a gabber with her, and we'll see if I can smooth things over for you. How does that sound?
I could tell you were the brains of the whole group.
And he goes to rub the stubble on his chin, trying to look wise. And it's like a 19-year-old with stubble. There's more wisps of hair around his chin. It's very, very fine. But he's trying to make the most of it. All right, yeah, brains of the operation, that's me. Let me go talk to Aya. And with that, Irvin leaves. Okay, so let's switch back to competition mode. And the goblin
The
says...
bastard never paid for the beer. I paid for the first round and he left.
That was by design. It's a classic thing, right? You pay for the first round, I'll get for the second one. Okay. So, says the goblin, this is the way it's going to work. We need one of you designated as the cutter, and one of you designated as the collector. So the idea is one person will go through with the scythe, and he hands a scythe to each pair of contestants. And you got to cut through this as quick as you can. First to clear 20 feet of their rice field will be considered the winner. But we do need someone, a designated cutter and a designated collector. And he approaches Caspian and Kimmick and says, all right, who do you think is going to be the best at collecting and who's going to be the harvester?
Do you have any experience with it?
Yeah, I've done a lot of hard work. How do you say this in English?
Manual labor?
Manual labor. Yeah, I've done a lot of it. I don't mind being the collector. Not the collector, the
Harvester.
harvester. Yeah.
All right.
Are you okay
Yeah.
with that?
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
And as you look at Caspian, you see someone who's definitely not beefy. Definitely someone who does not have many calluses on his hands.
All right. So the goblin hands you the scythe, and he hands you like some sacks to collect the grain in, Caspian. Then he moves on to Vincent and Darko. All right, same question for you. One harvesting, one collecting. Who's good with the scythe?
Daku is going to pull 2 daggers from his pocket. I'll cut, but I'll cut my way.
Oh, all right, I can respect that. And he hands Vincent some bags to collect the grain in.
Okay.
I'm sorry, mate. I should have asked. Did you want to cut?
No, I was just saying that possibly mechanically, I'd be best to cut because I would not have disadvantage. Because it's attack roll, I guess. But if I have to do a skill check, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna have to do with disadvantage. So yeah, but I would say that I'm fine with both. Like I'm good at cutting, but I can, like, if you want to do it, I can collect, no problem.
If it's not a problem with you, mate, I just kind of want to show those drow over there who they're calling half-breed.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
And the goblin goes and hands scythes and bags to the orc team and the drow team. And the goblin kind of stands up on this platform and says, all right, on your marks, get set, go, harvest. And so we're going to go from top to bottom. So, Kimmick, can you please make me an athletics check?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it's athletics.
Can I use a cantrip as well?
What cantrip would you like to cast?
I would like to cast a magic hand that will tie the shoe laces of the drows.
Ooh. That's mage hand, I assume? What's the range on mage hand?
Oh, this will be 30 feet. Yeah, so the hand will first be hidden near the harvesting area, but then the purpose will be to tie the shoelaces of the drows as soon as it gets a chance.
Okay, you can certainly try to do that as your mage hand comes out, but I will need you to make a sleight of hand check. So I assume you're doing this, on the down low. So make a sleight of hand check to see if they notice you doing it. Ooh, no problem. So your ghostly hand comes out. It is a visible hand, and it comes through and ties these 2 drow shoelaces together. So, yep, okay, so we'll get to that when it's their turn, but their shoes are tie-laced together. I love it, Kimmick. And your athletics check was a 7. So you go through to cut it. You're not making much headway, though. You're kind of not used to using a scythe for the rice, and you're making no progress, unfortunately. And Caspian, you're waiting for the bag to collect stuff, but it's just not happening. Daku, though, you can make an you can use acrobatics if you like. With your
All right, would you like a reason as to why athletics or acrobatics over athletics?
Sure, let's do it. Make a story around that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in my mind, I was gonna have Daku kind of just dash forward, kind of spinning, cutting the stems as he runs, just like he's doing a dance with an invisible figure.
Ah, nice. Okay. Yes, you can make an acrobatics check. You just whoosh, 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 side through it, and you get through the first 5 feet, no problem. Vincent, you're following behind him with your bags. Can you make me a
Yes.
sleight of... yeah, make me a sleight of hand check at disadvantage.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna get everything. Good job.
Yes, with disadvantage, and an 8's not going to make it anyway. So you do manage to get the bags up, but you're kind of getting in the way of Daku with his spinning dervisher going through, and you kind of bump into him a few times. And the net result of that is your next roll is going to be at disadvantage, Daku, as he bumps into you. Okay. So the drow immediately start doing it. They fall onto each other, and they curse, and they spend their turn effectively untying their shoelaces, and they're just glaring around. Not good. So these drow, who look like twin sisters, actually just completely fail. The orcs, however, oops, wrong button. The orcs are going to make their athletics check, and they fail as well. They try and get it through, and they push through, and they're not working together as a team, so they make 0 progress. All right, back up to Kimmick. Make me another athletics check, please.
Aha, improving.
So you get your rhythm, you find out how to use a scythe, and you start cutting through it. Caspian, you're going behind trying to pick it up. Make me a sleight of hand check, Caspian.
Right. Whew. I can do this.
No problem. So after a slow start, you go through and you collect everything up. It's good. Okay. Vincent, you're falling over top of Daku. Daku, you're struggling to get your rhythm. So make me an acrobatics check if you like, but at disadvantage. Oh, despite him bumping into you, you progress forward. No problem. Scything, cutting. Yep.
Can I use my Can I use a bonus action to give the help? Action?
No.
Or would because we're not? All right, yeah, that's fair.
Because you're concentrating on the cutting. And Vincent, you can make me a sleight of hand check at disadvantage.
Yes. I can do it.
You can do it. Catch up.
Same rolls.
Nice.
Yep, so you're, that's 2 successes, right? So, I'll put the start line because I'm confused. So you started there and you're churning through. That's your second successful one, right? Yeah, second successful.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, the orcs are going to try and get it together. They start yelling at each other. And they keep on yelling at each other. No, get over there, get back. Roar. And they're not working at all together. They don't even harvest anything. The drow team come. And this time they get their rhythm. They go 5 feet. And then for the sleight of hand check. No problem. They harvested beautifully. Let's switch back up to Kimmick. Another athletics check, please, Kimmick. No. Overly confident. You slip and you stumble and you don't make any forward progress. Daku, back to you. Acrobatics check as you get your rhythm again. Whoosh. Vincent, sleight of hand at disadvantage.
Here goes. Ooh, kinda.
11 is enough.
Ooh.
Keep up with Daku. And you guys have cleared 15 feet. 1 more and you'll succeed. The orcs are going to try again. Forget what the DC is. Why am I not seeing it? Oh yes, that's enough. And then the orc tries to clean it up afterwards, and they make progress. Oh wait, no, that was the drow. Did I get it confused? No, this was the orcs first. The orcs go first. Yes, the orcs, and they go forward a step. The drow. Damn it. The drow start harvesting, swinging. They don't have a lot of strength behind them, and that costs them. They slip and they stumble, and they don't make any forward progress. Kemek, coming back, focusing. Make me another athletics check.
Come on, you can do this.
Swoosh, just misses. And Caspian, you're ready
so
there to collect it.
sorry.
Oh, Caspian is not seeing any trouble in this and just like, at least I don't have to work now.
Okay, Daku, make the acrobatics check, please. You swing around like a dervisher, no problem. Vincent, if you can successfully collect this rice, you two will win this competition. So sleight of hand at disadvantage, and you do. The DC was 11 for the sleight of hand. Okay, I'll just quickly do the orcs and the drows. The orcs go forward, not convincingly at disadvantage. The drow fail. But Vincent, Daku, you chop through these fields, no problem. And the crowd watching let out a little cheer, and they go, "Hooray!" And the goblin, one goblin, goes and takes all the bags of harvested rice and puts it away into storage. And the other one approaches Vincent and Daku and says, "Congratulations! You guys are the best harvesters I've ever seen. Congratulations! Good job."
And I do again the nice high five that we did with Daku.
You sure? I got 2 daggers in my hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, I get my double bladed scimitar, and then we do a high five with the blades.
I'm going to say with the adrenaline, you do it quite successfully. You are the victors after all. And it says, as I mentioned, congratulations on winning, and here is your medal. And he hands you the medal, and it looks like a piece of copper engraved with a sheaf of rice, and it's on a necklace that's made of woven reeds. And the medal of the wetlands. Let me just assign it to, who's that? Daku and Vincent.
Would there happen to be any male drows in the audience?
I just want to make sure you see your medals first. You both see the medals of the
Oh,
wetlands?
yeah, sorry. Yep.
Vincent, you see it as well?
Yes.
Okay, so use that as you will. Make a perception check. There's a male drow. Male drows are fairly common.
I rolled sleight of hand earlier because I thought you were going to make us for the high five. Is there any way I could use that to kind of just do a little trick with the daggers in my hands and sheath them?
Sure.
Like in full view of the drow elves.
Okay. Yeah, it looks cool. And you see them going, "Oh my god, beaten by a human. How utterly embarrassing." And that they turn their back to you, kind of almost sneering as they turn and disappear into the crowd.
All right. I'm going to go check on the other 2 from our group that played with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk
Sorry
over to...
again, Caspian. I mean, well done, guys. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious who's better at manual labor.
It's not the first time I've had to use these daggers. But just checking on y'all. You all right? I heard a little bit of a nasty fall earlier.
If you guys just a dry with falling, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's so good, so good. I'm used to this.
Luckily, they
All
didn't
right.
fall on their sides, so all good.
Hey, well, first round's on me. How about it?
Oh, awesome. Do you guys happen to know where I can go to how is it called, the mail in D&D? Is it like pigeons flying over with mail, or
Oh, the
how
jolly
does it
old
work?
post office.
I want to see if, yeah, the post office. I want to see if some news, check some news from my family first, and then I'll join you guys for some drinks.
Okay. Let me just check something. So there's like the place which would be the equivalent of the post office would be the Broken Tusk. And it's not a post office, but if any messages delivered by couriers or anything like that, it would be at the Broken Tusk. So if you like, you could head over there.
Yeah, I would. Not before knowing where these guys are heading to, though.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's the tavern, so I think we
Yeah.
can celebrate there our victory.
Sounds good.
Yeah, maybe Ervin is there, and then he can finally pay for the beer that he owes us.
Okay, so
Here's your jacket, Daku. Well done.
Thanks, mate. And I'm gonna expect it to make sure there's nothing new with it, like nothing dirty.
But if there is, it's not my fault. He quickly shoves off. He didn't do anything, but he probably didn't do a good job of keeping a look at it. So
Oh, he's just totally saying that to mess with you. He's not actually looking for anything.
okay, at about
So
this
just
time,
slide it back on.
you hear rhythmic drummings coming from the south end of town, and you know that the closing festival ceremony is about to begin. So I assume you guys head off there. But Kimmick, you want to take a detail at the Broken Tusk?
Oh, if I still make it in time to the ceremony, yes. If not, then I would rather go there and then
You got time. You got time.
Okay, yeah. Then I want to know. I want to have some news from my mom.
Okay, so you swing round under the Broken Tusk. It's quite full, probably because of the festival that's going on. And there's a human bartender behind there, kind of doing the classic bartender stuff of polishing glasses, but in fact just moving the dirt around on the glasses. And you approach him and says, "Hello, miss. What can I help you with? What can I get you?"
Thank you. I want to know if there's any mail from Azarius coming today, perchance, or coming lately.
Oh, yeah, we did have some earlier on the day. There's lots of messages going back and forth because of the festival. Were you looking for something?
Yes. And she's just thinking whether she should mention the real name.
I know your real name. If you don't want to say it out loud to the group, that's fine. I'll just take it
Yeah,
written
so
as
I
you-
mentioned the surname of my family, so if there is any mail from that. Yeah.
All right. Let me look. And it goes back, and it comes back, and he kind of holds in his hand, kind of a foot or so back from the bar. And he says the surname, and he says the other name. Is that you, miss?
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
And he continues to hold the letter, like about 3-4 feet away from you.
Sorry, did you? Isn't this free? What's going on?
You obviously don't know how things work around here, do you, miss?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's just say there's a little bit of a surcharge applied to this letter.
I want to see if he's telling the truth.
Sure, you can make an insight check. Oh, no surcharge. No such thing. Yeah, there's a bit of a surcharge, miss.
Okay, so there is no such thing, yeah? Okay. Sorry, but I'm quite well traveled, and I've been in many places. This is just the first time I'm in Jigao, and I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have to pay for anything.
Make a persuasion check.
There you go. Ah.
I think you haven't been in Jigao long enough. A silver piece is the surcharge here, miss. I mean, you don't want
All
your
right,
letter
well-
to be lost, do you?
Yeah, Kamak is quite keen in getting this, so she pays a silver coin.
Okay, and he hands you the letter. And you open up the letter, and it basically says, I'm going to whisper this to you.
Okay.
That's the gist of the message.
Ah. Okay. Kamak looks very distant, contemplates for a while, but she really needs a drink, so she goes back to where the team is. Yeah,
Okay.
she goes back for the celebrations.
Okay, so the place with the Horizon Back Turtle Race obstacle course has been cleared out. All the Horizon Back Turtles have left. And there's a little platform that's been put on top of wooden crates, some flags and stuff around. And you see an elderly orc kind of calls everybody's attention. Oh, okay, everybody quiet down, please. Just quiet down. And he's dressed in these deep blue robes. And he smiles at the crowd and says, "Mighty warriors, brilliant strategists, you have impressed us with your feats of strength, your incisive wit, and your sturdy bellies." And everybody he gets a laugh and cheers exactly like that. "But the main event, as you know, is yet to come. Only 2 teams will be chosen to compete in this final challenge. A race through the Emerald Grotto, in the depths of which the greatest prize awaits."
Guys, we have to participate.
How can I use?
Just toss me up. I'll keep
Subscribe.
shouting, pick us. Just keep tossing me up.
Okay.
You see
maybe
the two
maybe it's
elderly
easier to
orcs
bug. Just raise his hand.
are talking to each other, and they're almost getting distracted as Edward is thrown up and down in the air. And he almost gets like and waves his hand for you to stop bouncing. Just waves your hand implying for you to stop bouncing up and down. Do you stop bouncing up and down?
Yeah, is he calling me in? Or
No,
just telling me
he's
to
telling you to
stop?
calm down.
Okay, I think he noticed us. He will definitely pick us now. Good job.
Okay, so right, we have made our decision. The first person, who I believe is the leader of the team, will be our first contestant. And that will be Ayo Jabe. And you see the water ganassi, who was in the swimming competition, proudly steps forward and kind of glares, shots daggers at basically all of you. And the orc continues, Omar also Dermot Werder. And if you remember Dermot, I'll bring up these pictures as we go. Dermot was the goblin who had a bit of a tiff with Bog, because he said no cheating, and then he basically caught Dermot cheating. So this is what Dermot looks like. Oops. This is Dermot. And then he welcomes up the Dark Elf. Galsariad Ardith, please come forward. Okay, sorry, I'll just do this a bit more efficiently. 1 second. Yes, Gasaliad Ardith. And you see the drow come up. I'm showing not much emotion or whatever, just staring and going with it. Irvin Wastewater. And Irvin walks up and he kind of gives high fives to the people around him. Gives one to Dermot, gives one to Ayo. Galsariad is too cool to do that, and he refuses his high five, and Irvin looks a little disappointed. And finally, Maggie Keen Eyes. And you see the 12-foot creature, massive ogre form, comes over. And if you remember, Bog and Maggie had a bit of a mutual understanding. Maggie explained how people often mistake her for her outward appearance, being, a 12-foot tall ogre who's expected to be stupid and dumb and dull-witted. And if you remember, Bog kind of related to it as well. Like, furbolgs are supposed to be tending gardens and, doing those type of things. So you both kind of connected on the way of breaking out of stereotypes. But the full team of them are gathered there. There's Ayo, Dermot, Galsariad, Irvin, and Maggie Keen Eyes. And for our second group of adventurers, it's John, it's George, it's Philip, and over there you and you and you. And they go up and they compete in the competition, and that's the end of the adventure for you guys. Thanks for playing.
Kill them!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, they call up you.
Well, first they will call me, guys, because first they will call the leader. So don't be offended. They will call me first. So.
Well, actually,
Now hold on. I do believe Vincent or Caspian have equal right to that title.
Well, why? With just us deciding, why don't we let the smart orc decide who the leader is then?
I'm
sure he'll
been
pick me.
picked yet. But I'm going to read it in the order that I see it on the screen. Mr. Edward, Dinky Edward, come to the front, please.
See, I told you he was smart, and I start moving towards York.
Caspian Blackwood.
Yeah, I start moving forward.
Vincent Jaeger.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Am I reading this right? Is this the correct? Are you sure this is the correct? It's correct. Jimmy Ducks. Jimmy Ducks to the front, please.
All right, thank you. Here I come.
And Daku.
This is weird.
And you, sir, at the back, the taller one, Bog. Up to the front, please, sir.
Up I go.
And last but not least, we will have Kimmick. Kimmick, the turtle, come to the front, please.
Kimmick approaches, but she's not as smiley as before.
Okay.
I whisper to Bog, how this guy knows our names? We did get introduced to this guy.
That's a good question. Now, just because it was brought up, can Bog see if there's anything shady with this guy?
Sure. Make an insight check. As he is introducing you one by one, by name. You notice him every so often. His eyes dart towards Ayo Jabi, as if they're in on something. Like maybe she shared the names with him. Maybe she found out somehow. And you conclude, Jayo, that Ayo, you conclude, Bog, that perhaps Ayo has been keeping an eye on you this whole time, keeping tags on you, sharing information about you. So you know she's probably shared information about your names. How she found out about that, you don't know. I mean, you do know that you haven't introduced yourself widely, but you think back and think, well, I've said my name. My friends have called me names. Called me names, but called you by name as well. And maybe that's what's going on here.
It's even more weird that they know my name.
Well, you did introduce... that is weird. Let's see if you can work it out. So the two elder orcs say, right, sure. The winner of this race will receive 100 gold pieces and be hailed as the city's champions of merit for the next year. Now, you will take you to this grotto underground, a submerged grotto, and you are to retrieve a jeweled icon that has symbolized the competitiveness spirit of Jiggeral for generations. Get the Emerald Eye first, and victory will be yours.
Sorry, where is this grotto? Is it very dark in there?
Well, I am not going to comment on that, but what I will comment on is that the whole of the grotto is completely underwater. Now, you might think that's a bit of a problem for those of you who cannot breathe underwater, but because this is the Festival of Merit, we will issue every competitor a potion of water breathing. So I suggest you drink this just before you enter. Be warned though, after an hour you will no longer be able to breathe underwater, but an hour should be plenty to get through the grotto. It is completely underwater, I will give you that. Is it light? Is it dark? That I will not tell you. That is part of the competition.
Are there any more rules in this competition?
Get to the jeweled icon first. That's it. Of course, the laws of the land still apply. You know, you cannot go around murdering people or assaulting people.
Okay, so we can't attack the other team.
I am telling you the laws of the land apply.
Okay.
The laws of the land of the goblins, or the laws of the land of the civilized people of Johaz, or...
Oi, you! Says Irvin. Who you not sorry, Irvin, Dermot. Who you calling uncivilized?
Well, you're the
Goblins
one that
have a deep and rich history, you arrogant twat.
You're the one that was caught cheating.
I was not caught cheating. Don't be ridiculous. You, sir, have insulted an entire race. How dare you?
Well, I get insulted every day in around these areas for being human, so I guess we can relate. And he smiles
In the
back.
midst of this argument, I would like to sneak away.
Okay.
Or
Make a
fail
stealth
to.
Make a stealth check if you want to slip away into the crowd.
Can I willingly fail?
You can willingly fail.
Yep, just at the mention of being underwater, he's just gonna try and fail to sneak his way out.
Okay, let's say you
Kemek
turn
just
around
says, I
and
told you.
and just bump directly into the face of Maggie Keen Eyes. You turn around and just bump into her solid form. Sorry, Kemek.
Kemek just
point,
says, I
Cass-
told you, yeah. You can't run away from it, Daku. It will come to you.
Yeah, this is a good moment to get over your fear, and you will just be able to breathe. So it will
Yeah,
be just like on
Uh,
land, but then a bit more weightless and swimming.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check to perhaps connect the wound on his arm with something that happened at sea?
That would be more of a medicine check to see if you can match up the wounds. But sure.
I didn't quite see the
I'll
wounds
tell
though.
you the nature of the wound if you get
Sure.
high enough. But Daku's like, what are you talking about? I'm not scared. I was just going to use the bathroom. As his legs are just kind of trembling.
So I'll let you decide on that, Daku. What does he pick up with a 13 trying to work out your arm?
Um, with a 13, towards the end of one of the bandages, you can kind of see like just the tiniest bit of a burn mark.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Io,
I was just
Jabby
going to use
speaks
the
up
bathroom.
and says, look at this. These are our so-called competitors, and one of them is afraid of the water. You too cowardly to take us on, she says, addressing Daku.
He'll
Scared
just
of a
crack his
little
neck and
water.
turn right around.
Scared of a little
Afraid.
water, are we?
Afraid of the water? Of course not. I was merely just going back to my companions to discuss if this was in our best interests. Though if I'd known that you were here, milady, I probably wouldn't have come aboard. Lord knows that you'd beat us fair and square.
Well,
No, she
well,
couldn't beat us last time.
let's see if your bravado carries over. As I heard you being talking about your fears of water. Did you know, she says, addressing the crowd, that this person here was too scared to go into the water. He's fear of water, and he expects to compete in this competition under the water. We will win this, and we will win this convincingly because we are not afraid of water. In fact, I thrive in water. It is what I do. This competition is already over.
And could you show everyone the medal you won in the swimming contest? Oh no, you can't, can you? Because you didn't win. How strange.
She just shoots
I'm
daggers at you, Caspian.
At the same time, I'm gonna
afraid.
look at Maggie and like,
Sorry.
this is gonna be fun now, isn't it, Maggie? Sorry for that one.
I hope so. Things got a little bit tense, but yeah, it'll be fun. Look, I heard you questioning. I promise not to hit anyone. Let's just make it a fair competition, all right? Us
It's
versus you.
fun. Definitely.
Daku is going to walk over to Jabe now, kind of like big and buff now, like, very sorry, Miss Jabe, but unfortunately, the gloves are off now. You just insulted my hospitality. So I will do my utmost to beat you in this contest. No hard feelings, but you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I expect no less. Yes, go hard. Go as hard as you can, because you can be guaranteed that I'll be going
Context.
just as hard. Okay.
That's what she. Okay. And he'll just kind of give like a little, and then turn back around. Yeah, guys, we gotta beat it.
Okay. So, the orc who is doing this is, all right, if you could all just follow me, and we'll lead the two teams down to the Emerald Grotto, and may the best team win. They said first to retrieve the jeweled icon will be the winner and declared champion, and of course there's a small match of 100 gold pieces for the prize as well.
So the first one to reach what? The first one to reach what? Say again.
Well, I'll just say it. So there's you're going into something called the Emerald Grotto. He's explained that it's underwater, and some of it he refused to comment about whether it's light or dark because that he feels is part of the competition. But there's a jewel in there, something that he says will be obvious. And if you get the jewel first, you win.
So we have to traverse back. So we have to go there and back.
No, you just have to get it. Grab it,
Okay.
and there are people there who would sort it out. So whoever grabs it first will be declared the winner.
Fair enough.
Can I choose to carry the bottle? Because I can breathe for 1 hour already without the bottle, but can I carry it in case I need another hour?
He gave one to each of you.
Yeah, but okay, and it can safely go underwater then, and I can just
Yeah.
hold it.
Sure.
Okay.
So you feel free to add that to your inventory if you like. A bottle of water, a potion of water breathing, because you effectively have one spare now. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you got an hour underwater breathing, no problem. So the two orcs who are explaining the situation to you start leading the two groups who have complicated relationships between each other, and you make your way south. And you come to the Emerald Grotto. And it's kind of a mouth of the cave. And one of the elders stands before the mouth of the cave and addresses you and your opponents. He says, "You brave and valiant individuals have triumphed in many challenges this day. Now, the final test of merit awaits you." And he pulls a palm-sized gold emerald amulet from his robes, holds it aloft, and declares, "This metal's twins has been placed in the deepest cavern of the Emerald Grotto. Be first to claim the Emerald Eye and return it to this place, and be declared Digger's champions of merit. Begin now." Okay, can everybody make me a dexterity check?
Dexterity check.
Dexterity check, yep.
Alrighty.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Okay, so... Okay, so... we'll take it as written that you've already drunk your potions. So your water breathing is underway. And you all start jostling through position through this Emerald Grotto. Abo Jabe kind of almost using Maggie as almost a battering ram. They push through, and that the other team actually gets into the grotto slightly before you do. And I'm going to pull you over to this map and just explain a couple of things. Because
Oh, damn, there's a map.
there's a map. So, because this is quite cramped, I'm going to have your entire team represented by this marker here that you can see. And the entire opposing team is going to be marked by Ayojabi. Otherwise, we're going to have like 12 tokens in this map, and it's just going to look a little bit silly. If the need comes that we need to split up, you know, for whatever reasons, we'll do it there. Otherwise, it's going to get too complicated quickly. Okay, but as I said, you dash forward. They get slightly ahead of you. And we'll get there in just a second as soon as I get completely organized. Okay. So, just check one last thing before we get away. Okay.
So we're underwater right now, right?
Not quite. You run
Okay.
forward through this tunnel, and you see immediately the tunnel goes down into the ground and directly into the water. Ayo and the rest of her team splash in there first, as I said, just a little bit ahead of you, and you jump behind there. And it takes you a full round, keep track of rounds, to dive into the water. So you dive in with these ones closely in front of you. And
is on our first round as we make it there. Guys, I was asking about dark because if it's dark down there, I'm useless. I can't do anything.
Yeah, Caspian would do 2 things in the first round.
Sure.
One of them is cast Expeditious Retreat on himself, so he can dash as a bonus action for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then he's also gonna cast Light on an object he's holding. So he radiates 30 feet of light during the round. So
Okay.
basically he can use an action while still keeping up with the rest.
Okay, so so cast light. So you'll notice you can see a lot further into the cavern now because the light's up. So light, not a factor. But you cast these spells, Expeditious Retreat, and light as this light thing pops up and everybody can see just that little bit better as it glows. But Ayu still and the rest of the team dive into the water ahead of you. And a little bit of light is still trickling into this cave as you enter in from above. There's little motes of light coming down. Now, as you dive into the water, you're fully submerged at this point. Some of you, as a reflex, try and hold your breath, but eventually your breath runs out and you, in the end, just have to take a gulp of the water. And you can breathe perfectly fine. It's a little unsettling, but you get through.
Can we talk?
Yes, you can.
Can we talk? Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yep.
Guys, listen to me.
You can talk normally. You don't need to do that with your lips, Edward.
Yeah, I was just making a cool sound. Yeah, it's just very cool potion. Yeah, hurry up!
Okay, so you dive into the water. This water, there's so much kelp everywhere. You're struggling to get through it. So I need everybody to make me an athletics check.
Oh boy. Come on. I was born for this.
Oh, very good so far. Fading back. 2 more. And who are we missing? We're missing Kimak. Oh no, we had Kimak. Who are we missing?
Yeah.
1, 2,
That's
3,
all.
4, 5, 6. Oh, that's all of them. Okay. So 1, 2. You get into the kelp. Kimak, you just swim through it, no problem. Vincent, though, Jimmy, Caspian, and Bog, you get a little bit tangled up in this kelp as you struggle to get off, and you just push through. And you take a bit longer to get through this as you thought, and it takes you a full 2 rounds as you see Ayo Jabe taking off ahead of you. But eventually you do push through the kelp and come to this intersection. And there's a fork in the road here. As you can see, you can go east or you can go south. But because these other people have got in front of you, you're off. This looks a little disproportionate. But Maggie Keen Eyes pops right there. And you see the other party immediately going south. She says, "Well, I suggested to go the east way. We've chosen south. Oh, you need to go east."
Can I cast something on Io Jab?
Yeah. What are you casting?
So I have this. What is it? Okay, I have this Blood Curse of Binding. As a bonus action, I attempt to bind a large or smaller creature that I can see within 30 feet. And if I must succeed on a strength saving throw, or the cursed creature speed reduced to 0. It cannot take reaction. And I can amplify this. I take damage, and then she needs to stay still for 1 minute.
Okay. You can try. So what does she need to make? She needs to make a saving throw?
Yeah. So you see Vincent taking his dagger from his side pouch, and he cuts he does a cut on his forearm, and you see his blood starts to falling arrows, and they kind of wrap around her ankle and
Okay.
start to make her stop.
Okay, so you need to take damage, don't you, for doing that?
Take 1d4.
Okay. And you fall to the ground unconscious. You get stabbed through the chest and you die. Roll up a new character, please, Molly.
Oh
Shame.
no.
Sorry, I should have said spoilers before I said that. Okay, so you cut into your arms. It's very obvious that the blood is flowing from you and attempting to wrap around Ayo. What's this? Just a strength saving throw?
Yeah, 14.
14. Okay. Strength saving throw. She's a +4 to this. And she rolls a 17. So the blood goes up and curls around her. And she gets back and she's just furious with you. Furious. But she pushes on and she effectively disappears around from the corner.
We wanted to do a spell as well, but I don't know if I've got time now.
Guys,
yes.
we were gonna take the east path anyways. Let's just go. We're wasting time.
Okay,
But I think-
sure. Let's do Kimak first. What spell did you want to cast?
Yeah, I wanted to do the same, the phantasmal force, but this time to create an illusion of a wall, like there are walls. She's surrounded by walls, basically. I want her to believe in that.
The phantasmal force more like gets fears inside of her own mind. She will freak out and she'll take damage, but she won't actually be stopped by the wall. Phantasmal thingamajig doesn't work quite like that, unfortunately.
Even if she believes it is in there, even if she believes it's actually walls, she can actually get away. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Then
evoking
that's okay.
fears in
I'll
her
save
mind.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys are heading to east.
I suggest to the party that we're just wasting time. Let's just go east.
Yeah, Caspian
I
has
think
just
you're-
dashed on east, by the way. He was not stopping for the rest.
Okay. So the rest of you take a moment to decide. Caspian dashes ahead, and you head down the eastern corridor. Okay. And the other party, your rivals, as it were, who knows where they are. Okay. So you dash forward into this cavern. What you see here, the walls, ceiling, and floors of this chamber are covered in bioluminescent algae, which emit a faint bluish glow that dimly lights this wide cavern. Two large jagged stone pillows, also coated with algae, stand at the opposite ends of this chamber. Surrounding the far pillar, in front of the exits from this cavern, is a thick patch of bone-white seagrass.
It doesn't seem like there's an exit.
Oh, yep, there's exit.
South, we need to go south, right?
Yeah, just this weird grass stuff is just a bit thicker in the southern end of the corridor.
So there is no way out.
If you want to give up now, just say.
Yeah.
Feel...
Let's go back.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
there is an-
I
there is an
knew it
exit.
was a trap.
There's a way south.
Yeah, Caspian is just gonna go south and just gonna dash past it. Like, this
Well,
seems the way.
then in that case, I was going to go towards the stones, but because he's the source of light, I'll just dash behind him.
Okay.
Like, guys, we're in a race. We gotta move fast.
Okay, so Caspian, you dash across. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so I'm actually going to put Caspian on here. Because as you go through, these are actually carnivorous plants and they start nibbling at you. And you take that amount of damage. But unfortunately, on the downside, Caspian, they latch around your ankle and you are restrained. You are unable to move.
Okay, can I try to make an action to get loose, or?
If I was following him and seeing he getting restrained, I'm just gonna bamf out a puppet and try and help him.
Okay.
Get out of that. So I stay away, but my puppet will help him cut the algae that is wrapping him.
Okay, so we'll say Alexander comes out, and
Yep.
if you can make a athletics check.
Is athletics on an attack? Okay.
So athletics to try and free Caspian. No, still restrained. Caspian will come back to you in a minute. We're going to have to do this in order. So that was Dinky Caspian. Vincent, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm seeing that Caspian is in trouble. I'm also gonna try to cut this thing that is attacking him.
Okay. So you go up right beside him, and you can make me a strength check.
Strength. Even though I'm using my weapon to attack.
No, athletics. You try and pull him off as well, Vincent, but he is stuck.
No, but it was not me. It was.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Dinky Edwards. Sorry.
Strength check or athletic?
Athletics at disadvantage.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you free Caspian. Caspian, the algae moves off your foot, and you are free to move. But I also need Vincent to make me a dexterity saving throw. Vincent, despite your... actually, that shouldn't have been a disadvantage, but you make it anyway. So, Vincent, you come across to the other side of the chamber, no problem. Jimmy Ducks, what do you do?
So I am going to follow down, actually, as far as I can towards Vincent. See what's going on that way.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
14. You get through, no problem. Daku.
I'm gonna follow what they're doing and just kind of try to make my way through.
Dexterity saving throw.
Ready? $16.
Yeah, you just swim through, no problem. There's these carnivorous plants try and snap at your ankles, and you kind of kick them and twist and twirl as you go through, no problem going through the other side. Bog, same deal with you. Dexterity saving throw.
Can I use my quarterstaff to try and push to hit pieces of the ground or the wall where there's no plants, and just kind of push and maneuver my way around the plants to help out?
Sure, tell you what, make me an attack roll.
Okay.
Depending on this. Oh, yeah, so you start whacking plants and smashing them as you go through. I'm going to give you advantage on this roll. So, dexterity saving throw at advantage. Okay, so you get through to the other side, no problem. And finally, Kimek, what do you do?
Yeah, I will also try to use my claws to fight against the algae.
Sure.
Let's see if I do this correctly.
So make an attack roll here with your claws.
I think this is the right one. Let's see.
It is the right one, and unfortunately, your claws don't really connect with anything, so you can just make me a dexterity saving throw, just a normal dex saving throw. It goes so badly, Kimmick, that you get your foot stuck in the algae again, and you take your first point of damage. Congratulations, you take 2 points of damage. Vincent, Jimmy, Bog, you're all at the other side. So let's talk about Edward and Caspian. I assume you try and help her out, Caspian?
Yeah, but first I'll try to get to the other side, and then I will try to pull her out.
Okay, athletics check.
Ooh.
12, 13 is enough. The DC was 12. So you rip Kimmix, this carnivorous thing snapping at her ankles, off, and she is free to go. And you push through, but it takes you a little bit longer because you were stuck in the kelp. Okay, now you press on through, having been delayed slightly, and you carry on to this chamber over here. We'll just leave your tokens over here for now. As I said, it gets a little chaotic. You see the tunnel opens up into a cavernous space. Rays of moonlight shine through a wide crack in the ceiling, which sits 10 feet above the water level. One side of the chamber is covered in the crumbled and muddy remains of a landslide. As you swim into this area, ripples course through the water as more rocky debris begins to slide before you. Now, just one sec. So, one other piece of information is that Daku and Jimmy, you notice there's some type of cave that you could enter in here. You saw a weakness in the backside of there. There's something behind that. Now, as you're contemplating what to this, the mini landslide starts falling down upon you. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw. Everybody,
just so I understand, right now the party is a bit split, right? Where some of us are ahead and didn't wait, whilst the others were behind and helping out, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you've all gathered together now into this room.
Okay.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw, you said.
Yep. Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
Vincent, that's a fail. Just wait for the rest of the saving throws. We're missing
wow.
Bog. Kimmick, not good.
Ouch.
Okay, so Vincent and Kimmick, as you go through looking around, you see these rocks start falling down upon you. And the amount of damage you take is 11, and those who made the saving throw can take 5 points of damage. So 11 to
Go into
Kimmick.
my shell. That's a reaction.
Yep. And what does that do?
Okay. So shell defense it says as an action, so maybe I cannot do it.
What would happen if you
basically withdraw into your shell to gain a +4 bonus to AC and advantage on strength. Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like it doesn't really give me much.
I'll tell you what, you can do that if you like, but it's going to take you time to get out of it. So it's a question of whether you want to take the damage or whether you want to take less time. Choose one.
No, I'll take the damage.
Okay, so 11 points of damage as it and you look around and the entrance is blocked. You can't really see your way out.
So is this not the way out up here?
Yeah, well, it is, but it's blocked at the moment by this landslide, and you're looking for a way to slip through this gap to get to the other land side. And don't forget, I don't know if you want to do it or not, but Edward and Bog, you do see there's something here right at the top of the landslide. Okay, so to shift through these rocks and try and push your way through, I need everybody to make me an investigation check.
Ooh. 19.
Okay, so let's 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, working together quite well. You do find what makes it, okay, so I just got to keep track of something here. So another 2 there. So you spend a little bit of time. You do find the exit. You kind of push some rocks aside and you find a way through. I'm just interested to know if Bog or who's the other one? Edward wants to investigate this up here.
So it looks like there's a crack, right? Like a small entrance, right? Is that right?
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do then is I am going to send one of my puppets through, and I'm gonna swap position once it's inside, so I see what's in there.
Okay. I'm going to say because your cooling can do those type of stuff, it's not actually going to cost you any time. So you send your shadow up there, bounce back in progressions, and you see a vial and a spell scroll kind of tied up in a little spell scroll case. So there's a potion there and a scroll.
I don't even read, I don't know how to read actually. I just grab them and swap again and follow the rest of the party.
Okay. So you guys continue to charge down the corridor.
Guys, I found stuff. Let's go.
Nice, good job.
And you eventually swim through up into this room. And you do notice, by the way, coming through this tunnel here, there's just some pale blue light. It looks a little bit out of place. But inside this room, there's a school of tiny fish. Their bodies shimmering in the dim light. Swirls in formation like an undulating silvery pillar.
Do they seem to react to our presence?
Well, they're swimming in this pillar. That's kind of unusual. They're not immediately attacking or anything, though.
Can we check the pillar?
No, they formed a pillar themselves. It's a pillar of fish.
Okay.
Pillar of fish.
Do they understand that one?
Do you want to say something? What do you say?
Yeah. I want to say, can we pass?
No response.
Okay.
Oh, can you give it a shot? You can talk to animals, right?
Yeah, are they blocking our way?
No, but you'd have to get pretty close to them to go past. So they're not
Okay,
blocking the way, but they could very easily bite you if you attempt to go past them.
Okay.
I'll try again with the puppet experiment. Wait, guys, let's just see what happens, and I'll move the puppet close, like where I would have to swim to go past.
Okay, so you're putting your shadow out there.
Does he get past?
You see this what this actually is a swarm of kippers, which I think is quite interesting, and that's what they look like. And they take a bite out of your shadow, and your shadow just poofs out of existence. It has 1 hit point, right?
Yeah, he sees 17, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it rolled a 22, and does
Yeah,
more than 1 hit point of damage. So your shadow.
Yeah, those bite. How can we scare them?
I will try and create an illusion of a sound of a shark.
It's not keepers. They're not gonna be scared by a shark.
No?
Probably eat the shark.
A big,
But
big.
that's also good because they can move towards the shark and we can pass.
Yeah, could work that way as well. What do you guys think?
Well,
Yeah.
try it fast.
Let's try.
Okay, I'll put like an illusion somewhere in the other way of a shark sound.
Okay, make a performance check. Let's see how these swarm of kippers react to that. Ha! So, in their inside, they rolled a 0. So you see this. Where did you make the sound of the shark?
I made it come from this side. We'll have to deal with them again.
The quippers head down there, and you rush forward into the next
Line
area.
for it.
Yep. I just need to make note of something here. Okay, that's going to be 1. Deal with that pretty quickly. Okay, and you burst through into the next area of the room, and what you see.
Oh gosh.
Read it actually. What you see.
The spikes on the floor.
Oh, you did another illusion.
Silvery lights dance across the walls of this underwater cave. The water here is a little warmer, and a gentle current pulls you towards a crevice. Prowling around this cave's pillar is a massive shark. A gold amulet hangs from a thick rope tied around the shark body, and a silvery spear protrudes from its side. And you instantly recognize the amulet around this shark's neck is the amulet that you are looking for.
Oh.
Now,
That's it, guys.
a couple of extra things. So, so it took you 13 rounds to get there. So we're going to have you rushing into the cavern next session, and everybody's going to roll into initiative. And I'll just let you know the other team is going to arrive a round after you. You just beat them to the shark. So we'll see how that plans out next week.
Just so I understand, if we grab the amulet, we win.
Yes.
Therefore, everything. Okay, so we don't need to defeat the shark. Just grab it.
That's
Grab
correct.
it and get
We
out.
don't need.
Or grab it.
We don't need to win. We just need Yo to lose.
However you want to look at it. But if you get the amulet, you win. So
I'll just warp the other team to the outside.
well, we'll see. We'll see how tricky things get. But as you guys know, I need to pick up not only my kids, but 4 other kids as well today. So I
Oh,
cannot
you're
be
collecting
late.
kids.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I'm collecting kids, yeah. I haven't decided which
Random
other
ones.
kids I'm collecting yet, but I'll be coming back with 7 kids instead of my usual 3. Anyway. kids are coming out
Congratulations.
as well. Okay, but I got a dash,
Congrats,
guys.
man.
Thanks. Hope you had a
Nice
good
one.
time.
Thank you
We'll see
so
next week.
much.
Bye, guys.
Thanks a lot.
For the game.
Next week.